Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm back after a week off. Didn't feel like a stream last week, so I didn't stream. Simple as that. I'm here with my good friend Keith.
Hey, Jason.
We always have a laugh, so I thought I'll ask Keith to jump on. So I do appreciate you taking the time to come on, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
It's all good. It's all fun. How long are we gonna go this time? 40 hours?
I'm well rested anyway, so we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Because before I came on, I was like, right, I'm gonna do 2 hours. No, Jason, don't plan it. It will never go to plan. I was like, okay, no plans. Threw my plans out the window.
John said that to me as well. He was there saying that he's looking to start kind of get into the whole streaming thing, and he said to me, we'll do it 2 hours, a 2-hour stream. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll do that. I was kind of just saying to myself, there's no way that's going to happen. I know for a fact it won't. It'll go on for around 4 hours, right? You see?
Yeah, I mean, when I had John on all those months ago, it was an 8-hour stream.
It's hard to get off.
I think we went to bed about 6 a.m.
Oh my! In all fairness, he did tell me about that. He told me that he would never do it again. He felt like shit all weekend.
Yeah,
he did.
It fucks you up.
Yeah.
Speaking of streams, I just want to announce this on the stream. My streams may be changing. In not that I won't be doing them, it's just that they might be more sporadic. I've got a job. Got a new job, so my hours won't be set hours. So I'll get my rota 3 weeks in advance. So my hours would be random days of the week. So you might have a Friday night stream. You might have a Friday morning stream. You might have a Saturday night stream. You might have a Sunday. It could be any day of the week now. It's not just going to be strictly Fridays. So still going to do them. It's just I don't have any set plans of when they'll be. They'll just be
exactly a little bit more complicated now.
Yeah. But I'll have more money to buy some cool shit for the collection that I can show on the channel. So
yeah, happy days. Happy days. No, I'm delighted, man. I really am. So happy for you. I know you've been looking for a while now, so it's great to see you back.
Since February, it's been a tough cookie, man. It has
and to get at the probably the perfect time of year. It's perfect. It's just
I spoke to you offline, and I was saying I wasn't really going to do Christmas this year because I just couldn't afford it. Even though I'm in a better circumstance than a lot of people. I live with my mum and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I still have like phone bills and stuff like that to pay for. I'm not just like winging it like you get some people that think that living with your mum's taboo, but it's just who can afford a house these days at But so I'm quite happy to be able to get some income for Christmas and actually enjoy the Christmas season. This year. Last year was very difficult because obviously I lost my dad in the September, so. I'm looking forward to actually having a really good Christmas this year,
Oh, no, you're right. No, and of course you have Sophie there with you now as well.
Yeah, Sophie with us as well. So it'd be
what you're going to do for Christmas?
We haven't really thought about it, to be honest.
Okay.
Because now I don't know when I'm going to be working across Christmas.
Exactly,
so I don't know how that goes. But so that's the big thing is that I've finally got myself a job and. Streams will be changing in terms of when they're going to be, but I'll still do them from time to time. They might not be every week this time, but I'll still be doing them. And
that's it. Look, whenever you have a bit of time, Jason, that's when you do it.
Yeah, I've never actually done like a morning stream, which would be pretty fun. Never actually done one in the morning, but I don't know who would actually watch them in the morning because if it's a weekday, who's really going to be available to watch a stream?
I'm very strange when it comes to YouTube in the mornings. I can't even do videos. I could never record a video even in the morning. I have to do it. It has to be after 5 o'clock in the evening. I cannot do anything on YouTube before 5 o'clock. Very strange.
See, I'm different. Once it starts getting dark, that's when my body's like, right, yeah, you're definitely not doing anything now. You're gonna fucking chill out.
Right. Okay.
Like, I need to get my body in gear because, being unemployed for 10 months, I've been getting up at like fucking 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh, wow. You are going to feel that now.
Yeah, going to bed at 3 a.m. and stuff. It's just not it's not good. So
no, you're going to feel that for the first couple of weeks. Now you're going to feel that. Now you're going to be feeling like shit.
Yeah. So this week I'm aiming to get up early. Like I say like 9 a.m. every morning.
Yeah, that's the best to go.
Yeah.
My brother done the exact same thing. My brother was in a job and he left it there around 2 weeks ago to start a new job. But the new job now has him that he has to be up at like 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So he had to give in 2 weeks notice to his job. So for them 2 weeks, he was purposely getting himself up at 6 in the morning, kind of getting himself ready, and it's worked. It doesn't bother him there.
See, this job that I'm doing, I'm not going to disclose what I'm doing, but this job is a bit of I could do a 2 o'clock till closing time, for example, 2 till 5:30, for example, or I can do, or they can put me on the open up shop kind of hours. So I'll go in with the manager at 5 a.m. and prepare everything.
Okay.
For when the store opens at 9.
Okay.
I'm on a 25-hour contract, so I don't know whether that's going to be like 3 full days or they're going to splinter it into like multiple, a couple of hours on a Monday, a few hours on a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether they're going to spread it out or not. Or I guess it depends what they, when they need me, I suppose, right?
Yeah. But, no, it's good.
Anyway, enough of the job talk. It's really positive. I'm really happy about it. But we're here to talk about movies, man. Movies. Before we get to the comments, I just want to ask, what have you watched recently, man? What films have you watched recently?
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
What a film! What a film!
What is going on with these critics? Are they watching a different movie to the fans? I don't get it. It was the most extraordinary film. It's probably by far the best film this year. And it was, oh my God, even from the start, the first 3 seconds when that music kicked in, and it was the music from the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I just had a smile like this.
Yeah. I don't want to go into too many spoilers in case some of our audience haven't seen it. It's like, if anyone is watching that hasn't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, get to a cinema as soon as you can. This is a film you need to see at a theater, 100%.
I was blown away. It's very hard to talk about the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know where you want to go to, but you can't.
I'm going to talk about technical stuff. The cinematography in this movie is probably some of the best cinematography all year. Wow, this movie looked good. It looked fantastic.
Unbelievable. And everything. The cast was extraordinary. What's her one? Grace McKenna's Egon's granddaughter in it.
Yeah, the little girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she was unbelievable. She was. Paul Rudd was fantastic.
Like it's like there's some great comedy moments where this is not really spoilers, but they're like, I'll tell some jokes, and some of the jokes she tells made me rolling. Like they're great. I'm not going to spoil them, but
it was absolutely
she delivers them so deadpan. That's what makes them funny.
Yeah,
she's just like
everything. The ghost finish looked the way they should have. The way the proton packs, the way they sounded, the way they looked.
Oh,
absolutely incredible.
When they fire up that proton pack for the first time, I got chills.
Yeah. I'm the same. The first thing I said when I seen that, I was like, my God, I can't wait to get this movie at home. And when I heard that proton pack scene, I just wow, the bass behind it. It was just incredible.
That's another thing as well. That's why I say go and see it in the cinema, because the sound is incredible in this movie.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Everything. I have no complaints. There wasn't one bit in the movie where it dragged on. There wasn't one bit that irritated me. The critics were kept going on about that. It was fan service. I couldn't give a shit. I'm a fan.
Guess what? Guess what, critics? The film gave what people wanted.
Yeah, and we got it.
It gave me everything I wanted. Like everything.
Unbelievable. And not only that, but it's also it was so unbelievably emotional as well.
Mate.
It was just on.
I went with Soph, and seriously, in that final climax of the film, that final 10 minutes, she was in tears. I wasn't full man tears, but I was just like frog in the throat,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I was the same.
expose me on the live.
She's telling me off. I've exposed her on my live. Look, if there's any film to cry to, Ghostbusters Afterlife is okay to cry to at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I agree with that.
Without giving away anything, but
yeah. And it's done things in it as well. It has done some things in it where, if they make a sequel to this, I'm very curious where they're going to go with it.
I'm in two minds. I'm like, that's the trilogy done. You can wrap it up. You can put a bow on it. It's done. But you can pass the baton down, which they've done in this movie. I'm not going to go into specifics, of course. And you can have. It did.
Like, you know what I mean? It does feel like that, but it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm curious. I'm very curious. I don't want to say no more because I will ruin it for someone. Yeah. I will.
I have one little nitpick. This is just me being a little nitpicky bastard.
Okay.
One thing I don't buy in the movie is that little girl putting on the proton pack. I don't believe how she can physically wear, because it must weigh a fucking ton, right? It must do. I don't know whether they explained the weight of them in the first two movies.
Yeah,
but I swear I remember them having help to put them on, having help to get them on.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just a little nitpick. It doesn't break the movie at all. It's just a little thing.
That's the thing. That's what critics were criticizing. I've seen it. I actually seen your man Angry Joe do it as well, where they were talking like this is what I'm talking about when it comes to just focusing on dumb shit. They were there basically saying, the bit when they get into the car and all of a sudden they're using the gunner seat and all that.
And they were like, to use it,
yeah. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
But the way I saw that scene, they kind of fumble about a bit. They don't just go, "Oh, that's it. That's how that works." They fumble about a bit,
It's just nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking. It's just ridiculous, and it's just trying to find a flaw in something that was truly perfect. It was.
I'm gonna end this this segment because obviously we can't go any further than that because we don't want to spoil anything.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna say this: if you love everything about the original Ghostbusters, the characters, the ghosts, and narrative, and you want to see, probably it's way better than Ghostbusters 2 in my opinion. I don't really like Ghostbusters 2.
I agree with that. No, I agree with that.
If you want a perfect sequel to the original Ghostbusters, Afterlife will give you everything you want. That's it. That's how it is.
Yeah. Leave it at
that. Let's go on to some commentary news. We have Martin Burney in the chat. Hello, Martin. He says, "Hi, Jason and Keith.
Martin.
Hope you're both well." Doing good, man. Great. I'm feeling a little positive.
Doing great.
I don't know what that was. Doing good, Martin. Thanks for joining the chat.
Absolutely.
We have Brett in the chat. One can always believe. Watch it, Jason. Watch it, Keith. Hope you're both safe and well. Very chilly, isn't it? Yeah, I wasn't going to wear this hoodie. I wasn't going to wear this hoodie, but I sat down. And I was like, I'm actually freezing, so I had to go and put this hoodie on for the stream because I'm so.
He actually sent me. He gave me a nice heads up today. Xavi and Arrow have officially announced a new bust of American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, you know what? The first person I thought, I was like, Keith's already ordered that.
He sent me the link, and before, I only read like a bit of the comment, and I was like, pre-order. I had to just and then as soon as he sent me that, all of a sudden I got around 8 messages on Instagram from different people sending me the link. So I think everyone was thinking of me.
But when I saw it, it's not something I'd buy personally, but I saw it, I was like, Keith's already bought that. Like originally, I was just like, yeah, Keith's bought that already. Yeah.
So thanks for looking at that as well.
That's cool. Pete for Play Dinner guys here. Hey Jason, hey Keith. Hope you're both doing well. Doing good, right. Man. Doing all good. Doing good. We have Andy, Forgotten World of Movies.
Andy, how are you?
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Andy, man. He said, Jason, Keith, I hope you guys are doing well tonight. Yeah, doing really good. Really good.
I was going to just say that I am doing well, but I strategically, I'm not kidding you, Jason. I didn't think this through, but I was doing my videos during the week and I was facing the opposite way and I was looking at all this crap behind me. And I said that when I was doing the stream tonight, I was going to put the camera where I wouldn't have to see this shit behind me.
Yeah.
And then I realized that just looking at that, I just realized that I'm actually seeing myself and all this crap behind me. So there's no way of getting around it. I can't not see it, you know?
I'm really thankful you can't see the mess that is this side of me. I'm so glad, because it's just like they're gonna be like, Jason, you absolute messy bastard. We make a little mess sometimes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's for the greater good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for when you get it all done, man. The
room has come. It came yesterday. So I've recorded it. I'm going to release the footage on Monday. And
awesome.
It was very, very surreal watching a crane bring this thing into my garden. It was absolutely extraordinary. So I have footage of it. I'm going to release that on Monday and show you what it's like.
Do you have to slap yourself?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things where you're in your house and then all of a sudden the shadow starts, you know, like Independence Day.
Oh, yeah. You're like, holy shit, someone call Will Smith quick. Wait, his character was killed off screen in the new one.
Terrible.
Let's talk about it. Going from like a perfect sequel in Ghostbusters Afterlife to one of the worst sequels of all time. Wow. It's so bad.
No, I'm not even going to entertain that movie, Jason. I'm not even going to fucking entertain it.
It's not.
Yeah.
They rip off Aliens. End of story. They really do.
Unbelievable.
We have Dangerous Chris, the Chris that we don't understand why he's dangerous. He says, all right, Jason and Keith, any of you have any Blue Underground 4Ks? I just picked up Vigilante, never seen it, but apparently it's like Death Wish and just as good. I really would like to invest in Blue Underground, but unfortunately, being unemployed for so long, and they're about 40 quid a go, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're quite pricey for me at the moment. And the certain ones I've wanted with the slip covers are out of print, like the zombie one. I really wanted the zombie, but I wanted it with a nice slip, but you can't really get that without paying silly money now.
Yeah.
But I would love to get Blue Underground. I just can't justify the price of them at the moment.
I'm a bit like you. Now, the one thing I will say about them, because I know people that do collect them, particularly John over at Mondo, and the one thing that he always tells me, they're definitely worth the money when you see what you're getting from them. You know, the only problem I find them a little pricey. But I'm a bit like you, Jason, where you were talking about Zombie. Zombie was one of the first ones they brought out, and it came in this gorgeous lenticular cover. And I can't see myself collecting them unless I can get the original editions that came out. So I told John before, what I plan to do is I'm hoping that someday I go onto eBay and see some fella selling 7 or 8 of them all together, and then get them that way. So
that's a good shout. Actually, that's a good
I have actually got one, and it's not even a 4K one. I've got a Blu-ray on the Blue Underground, and it's the film The Prowler. Good movie as well. Good slasher, 80s slasher movie.
Yeah, even those Blu-rays from them. I don't know if you've noticed on the second-hand market, they're probably as pricey as the 4Ks are new. Because I can get the zombie Blu-ray Blue Underground fairly. It's fairly accessible to get on eBay, right? But I just don't want to pay. I don't want to pay the same price as what the 4K I would get. You know.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I do. I get that.
But luckily though, just to reiterate, I would love to collect them, but I can't justify the price right now.
Yeah, and I know. I didn't actually see the film that he got either, but I know of it, and I've heard good things about it as well.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Yeah.
We have Paul Tams in the chat. Hello, Paul. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
I think he put this in here just as we started talking. So
okay. Right.
So we've already talked about it. But yeah, we're both doing good, man. I hope you're doing well.
I think I actually watched the review. He put up a review for that as well, and I think he was very happy with it as well.
Yeah, he says here, never mind, you just answered. He also says it's my second favorite movie of the year, just right behind No Time to Die. It's my second favorite film of the year, behind *Malignant*, because I absolutely adore.
Oh, I knew I had something to tell you. I have. That film. I have it coming.
Nice.
I am going to have it on Monday.
Thing is, I haven't pre-ordered mine because I haven't the money to do it. I had the money to do it, so I'm probably going to pick up a 4K at some point. If I've not seen a 4K advertised anywhere.
There's no 4K. So. It's not coming out in 4K. Yeah, it's very strange. It's not coming out.
That would be like if you saw what that film looked like. It's ripe for a 4K release. It looks.
I know why they're not bringing out a 4K release for it, because the film fucking bombed in the box office. So I think they're kind of going, not just give it a Blu-ray release, leave it at that.
That's a shame. That's a real shame.
Yeah,
it's a real shame. But yeah, I will get *Malignant* eventually. Yeah, I'm tempted to get that Zavi Steelbook, but it's just the Zavi thing is holding me back a little bit.
I got it on Amazon Italy.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll look on there.
Yeah.
I need to put that in my mind and go, if Zavi's got it, Amazon Italy probably have it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you do.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably cheaper as well, right?
Yeah, I got it for €20.
Nice.
So it is cheaper.
We have Gary, a Blu-ray collector, in the chat. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Gary.
He says, hi, both. Unfortunately, can't listen tonight at work as my data ran out on my phone after listening to your last live, which was very much worth it. Oh, thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Right.
We'll catch up this one during the week. Appreciate you tuning in whenever you can on the replays or whatever, man. I really do appreciate the support.
Yeah. Thanks for popping in and just saying hello anyway.
Yeah. Don't work too hard, man. It's all good. Forgot what the movie says. Ghostbusters Afterlife was a home run for me. Handled very tastefully and perfect blend of old and new. Couldn't agree more. I
just never seen anyone complain about it. It's the only people that complained about it are the critics. Because the fans loved it.
I've noticed with the critics' reviews as well. They're always bringing up the 2016 film.
Yeah, stop bringing it up. It's ridiculous. And it's they're two different movies. And that's it. It's done. They were there saying, "Oh, they shouldn't have ignored the events of 2016." Why not? They ignored the events of the fucking first two. So so it's yeah.
I'm gonna say this though. I did watch the 2016 one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see it. You're right. You didn't think you enjoyed it to an extent.
It was okay. I didn't think it was like insultingly bad. I just thought it was criminally unfunny. Like nothing about it was funny. I just didn't think. I thought Chris Hemsworth was great in it.
Yeah. It was one of those things. It's one of them movies, Jason. I kind of said it when I first seen it. It felt like every line was in that movie was an attempted joke.
Yeah,
and it just fell flat.
Terrible. I thought that the script was bad.
And everything about it, even the way the ghost looked, it looked like something from fucking Nickelodeon. It just looked, it just looked terrible. Yeah, I don't know. Like the word that comes to mind is forgettable. Like I won't watch it again. Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth probably the best part of the film. But I mean, it's quite funny where it's like they're trying to push this kind of woke, kind of like more female-led stuff, but yet the man in the film is the best part of the film. I think it's quite ironic. I think that's quite ironic. That's not me being a sexist cunt. That's actually that's me thinking the film is being quite ironic. Look, again, I think that's the problem. I think there's this thing out there where people had problems with the female cast. I didn't have a problem with them. I just wanted the movie to be good. I wanted it to be great. It wasn't great. I didn't have a problem with them being female. No, but I didn't think the cast was particularly good. No, I could have named numerous female actresses that could have done a better job. Yes, exactly. Yeah. It was so easy just to go to Saturday Night Live and get some actors from that. I mean, that kind of does pay homage to the original because that's what they all were. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sorry, but Melissa McCarthy, she's not funny. Come on, she's not funny. Yeah. She's just cringe. She's cringe. The difference between Saturday Night Live back in the 80s and Saturday Night Live now is a lot of the people back then could act, where a lot of these can't. It's some of the cast in that I actually haven't seen in a movie since. And the thing as well, like
Like, I felt like the cameos of the original cast were woefully forced, as if to say, look, they're in it, validate the movie now, way. And I'm just like,
ridiculous. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Bill Murray to be in the film, to be thrown out of a window and die. Come on, guys. Like, what?
I know. No time for it.
Oh. It's what it is. At least we've got a better film with Afterlife. Infinitely better film.
Finally.
We have Carl in the chat. Hello, Carl. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Carl.
He says, "Hello, guys. I'm in the pub playing darts and watching you guys in between." Oh man, thanks so much. I really do appreciate that. Should be with you till 11 p.m.
I hope he's not playing darts while watching.
Mate, maybe he's got perfect aim. It's just every time bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. I don't know. Some people have got secret talents you don't know about. Maybe he's like the best dart player ever.
He'll leave a comment now saying that he was thrown out of the pub because he threw a dart into someone's head while watching us.
Yeah. Gary says, loving this combo with Keith. Very hard not to watch tonight, but keep up the great work. I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
What a nice chap. Unbelievable.
Mike McBurney says, I see Arrow are re-releasing American Werewolf in London with a changing hand sculpture. Changeling? It should be Changeling, maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll be getting it through we've already spoke about this. Keith's already on it.
Yeah.
Like I said, not something I'll pick up, but
no, completely. Look, man, you have to have a an interest in that,
Yeah. You're the bust guy, so
Yeah,
I knew it as soon as I saw it. I was like, Keith's already got
it. I got a new bust as well. No, I'm not going to say what it is, but I have a new bust. Ellen actually bought it for me, so I'm going to do a video for it next week. But I won't say nothing. It's a good one. It's definitely a holy grail item.
I think out of all the busts you've shown so far on the channel in terms of like the battle videos, that Predator one is something else, man.
Oh, it's incredible, unbelievable. It is. It's that's because of Ellen. Ellen bought that for me. She did. That was the first bust I ever owned. That was the first. That kind of started me.
Nice. Once you pop, you can't stop, kind of thing. Yeah.
That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, so I definitely have that coming.
That's awesome. That's cool. Platino guy says, for me, Last Night in Soho is my film of the year. Such a stunningly shot film with a fantastic soundtrack. Really want to see Ghostbusters soon, though. Yeah, Pete, if you can get to a cinema, I can't urge you enough to actually see it in a theater because the sound design, the production design, the cinematography, everything about Ghostbusters is phenomenal. I do recommend it. Yeah. Last Night in Soho is like my third favorite film of the year. It's in my top three.
I heard great things about it. Edgar Wright is on a real roll at the moment. Yes.
It's fantastic. I rewatched it. I watched it a second time because Soph wanted to see it.
Okay.
It's her film of the year, I think.
Oh wow.
It might be. But it's made for her. She's really into like vintage clothing and vintage, 60s music, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, she loved it. On the second watch, I loved it as well. Like,
okay,
great. Absolutely great.
No, looking forward to
it. Dangerous Chris says, any of you seen Akira Kurosawa's Ran? In USA, they just released an epic steelbook. I think Keith would like it for his steelbook collection.
I've seen it. I did. I know exactly the one he's talking about. I did. I didn't order it though.
I had the 4K pre-ordered when that came out back in August, but I ended up cancelling my pre-order because I just couldn't afford it at the time.
Right.
But it's one of those Kurosawa films I've not seen that I really.
I haven't seen it myself. No, I haven't seen it myself.
When it comes to like consistent directors, Kurosawa is up there with some of the best ever. Seven Samurai is amazing. Yojimbo's incredible. Yojimbo's one of my favorite films of all time. Like,
okay.
I love that movie so much.
Right.
So, but I do want to get that 4K at some point. I'm not the biggest steelbook guy, but if the steelbook is something special, maybe I'll pick it up.
He's right. It's incredible.
Is it good? Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
We have Lydia in the chat. Hello, Lydia. Thanks for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Keith, not Keith, that's you. Carl says, Keith, have you pre-ordered the Terminator 4K set with the vinyl?
No, I got the other one with the bust. I did. It's a no. You know what? No, wait a minute. No, I did order it from Zavi. It was meant to come out this December, and then I got an email off Zavi around a week ago saying it was not coming out in December, and they don't know when it's coming out. So I'm just gonna wait till I get that bust. That'll be my 4th bust for Terminator 2.
So there's like 2 collector's editions, and one with the vinyl, one with the bust.
Oh, Jason, they were bringing out a 4K edition of it, a new 4K edition, but it's the same shit transfer.
Same transfer. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then there's a steelbook of it. Then there's another edition that Carl's talking about, where you get the vinyl, and then there's a bust. There's 4 of them. Ridiculous, overkill.
But they haven't restored it, like made the transfer better.
From what I know, they haven't.
Okay.
Yeah,
because that's a 4K I've avoided because so many people say don't bother because it's a bad transfer.
Don't bother. Trust me, don't. It was one of them transfers that because it came out in 3D, they converted it into 3D, and you can clearly see that they DNR'd the shit out of the picture to get it looking better in 3D, and unfortunately the 4K suffered.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
but I really want them to put out the original Terminator. It baffles me they've put out this baffles me they've put out number 2 and not the first one.
Look, that's not going to happen. I can tell you now, because whatever it is with James Cameron and his we haven't even got The Abyss or True Lies even out in Blu-ray. Never mind 4K.
Amazon Germany has True Lies.
Oh no, Spain. Yeah, I have that. No, I have that.
Spain, okay.
Pay no heed to that. That's almost a bootleg. That is basically.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It does look okay. But you can definitely tell that it's not a proper looking Blu-ray.
Oh, that's fair. But yeah, I'd really want. Joe, like when I got into 4K, there was certain films I was like, I want this, and this. Obviously, the first bunch of films was the Monsterverse, which I got, which obviously was no-brainer. But films like The Thing, definitely going to get that when it comes out on 4K. The Terminator, Terminator 2, Aliens, and it baffles me that we haven't even got Aliens yet. Baffles me. I don't understand.
Yeah, again, it's anything to do with James Cameron. It's horrible. It's great.
But I bet you will get 10 editions of Avatar at some point.
Yeah. When the sequel comes out, and then all of a sudden you'll see the original now come out.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we? Okay. Brett says, do you have any plans on what talking pictures you will watch over December? I have mine set. I have like the usual stuff, like Die Hard, because yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'll fucking fight you. I don't give a shit. It's a Christmas film. Elf, I love Elf. Jingle All the Way, one of my favorite Arnold films. I love it. It's Turbo Time. I'm like a pervert. I want a Turbo Man doll. Yeah. Yeah, I love that film so much. What else? Home Alone 2. No brainers. I tried to watch It's a Wonderful Life, but I really just couldn't get into that one.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my personal favorites. It is. Absolutely love the movie. I'm just trying to think of what Christmas Vacation. Like that's
not seen it, man. Maybe I need to change. I need to change it this year.
Wow. No, that's a shock. That is a shock.
That's be one that I watch.
I actually was going to get into an argument with you there because I'm definitely one of the people that don't see Die Hard as a Christmas movie.
I mean
the reason why I don't agree with it is because if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then does that not make Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
I haven't seen Lethal Weapon in years, so I can't.
It's held at Christmas. You know what I mean? It's no different than Die Hard. Like it's like
I think it's just a case of like I've been conditioned to think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I know, I get that.
But like the way I see it, it opens with Christmas music. They mention it throughout the whole movie. It's set on Christmas Eve, I believe. I could be wrong there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
And they mention it all, all the time. It's Christmas, Theo. It's a time of miracles, stuff like that. And it ends with Christmas music.
Yeah.
There's Christmas iconography all over the place. And I just think growing up, it was always on ITV on Christmas Eve. Always. It was always, without fail, ITV, on TV. It was always on. It was always a film that he showed on TV at Christmas. So
okay.
That's how I kind of justify it as a Christmas movie.
I actually watched a great one last night. I watched Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby. Great fucking movie. We only just discovered that movie around 3 years ago. Fred Astaire was in it as well. Unbelievable. Just very enjoyable Christmas film.
I probably gonna because I haven't watched it in years. I really want to watch the Muppets Christmas Carol because I used to love that film as a kid.
I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Oh,
yeah,
it's good. It's a good time.
I know so many people that say that that's their favorite, one of their favorite Christmas movies of all time. Now, actually, there's one I absolutely have to watch every Christmas is Polar Express. Love that movie.
Fantastic film.
Unbelievable movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah.
There's a few that I definitely have, like obviously Home Alone 2, Die Hard, Gremlins. Yeah, sometimes I say Gremlins, but I rewatched it fairly recently, and it's Christmas at the beginning, but once you get to the halfway point when it becomes a horror film, pretty much, you lose the Christmas element.
I get it, but I do get, and I kind of get because we only just watched it as well. I watched it around a week ago.
Okay,
and I do kind of get it. You know what I mean? It's a small town. It's very snowy. It has some a lot of Christmas music, but like I kind of agree with what you said that there's a certain point in the movie where now we're kind of getting into a horror aspect of it. So it's but still it's it's weird. And we always watch Gremlins in November. We always see it as a build up to Christmas.
That's cool.
That's cool. That's a great movie.
End of the day,
So Jason, and I know you're a fan of Gremlins. Me and Ellen were watching it, and I said to Ellen, because I have not seen part 2 in it must be at least 15, 16 years. Is part 2 held at Christmas?
No, I don't believe so.
It's not. Okay. Right.
I don't believe so.
Right. Okay. I wasn't sure.
Number two, I've said this so many times. I think part 2 is a superior film in every way.
Gremlins
2, yeah.
Just can't remember. I can't talk about it because I just simply do not remember.
That's fair. It's just Joe Dante be given $50 million and then just be told go nuts.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's I did say it's funny enough when we left Ghostbusters Afterlife. I did say, you know what? There was a scene in that with the mini Ghostbusters. Oh, the mini Marshmallow Man. And it just felt like a Gremlin scene. And I left the cinema that night going, you know what? I think it's time now to get a Gremlin sequel. Not a remake, a sequel. I want to see a Gremlin sequel. I do. And I hope to do it.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see it, but it puts me on edge a little bit if they do, because you never know how it's going to pan out.
Well, you see, that's the problem. You see, because my biggest worry would be would everything be CGI'd? I would rather go back to the practical. It looks better. It looks so much better.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Do you remember they done that with Star Wars? Sorry, do you remember with Star Wars when they brought Yoda into it, and he was all CGI in the episodes 1, 2, and 3, and it just never looked right. It looked terrible, and that's my biggest worry. What they'll do if they've done that with Gremlins, I could see them CGIing the shit out of it.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, like the idea that we got Gremlins 2 is baffling, because if you look at the history of that film, like Joe Dante didn't want to do it.
Right.
He wouldn't do it unless he had complete creative control.
Yeah.
He was like, I can do it, but you got to leave me to do it. And they gave him the money and he did it. And that's why it's just batshit insane. That sequel is absolutely insanity.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a typical sequel, isn't it? It's a typical. Again, I can't really remember it, but I do know that it's kind of like Home Alone 2. It's nearly the same thing, just everything is bigger. You know what I mean? The budget is bigger. Yeah. Everything's a little bigger. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I get that. It's fine.
I really recommend giving it a rewatch. Because,
I just don't own the film. That's the only reason why I haven't watched it.
It's on Premium Collection. It's on the Premium Collection.
Oh, okay, right. I must have a look for it and get it because it was very hard to buy for a time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. I think I just gave up trying to get it. So I must actually try and pick it up.
Oh yeah. Well, I think Premium Collection you can get HMV. So if you wanted me to pick it up for you, send me the money and I'll get it for you and send it over. I don't mind doing that.
I might actually do that, Jason. Actually, tell you, I might do that. Get you to do that sometime over Christmas, actually, for me.
Yeah. Gremlins 2 is great. Like for me, it's one of the best sequels ever. Like I love that film.
That's good.
See, now I want to go and watch it again. Like
I got your juices flowing.
So this is like so many gags are just so funny in that film. It's so good. Playtime the guy says Mark Commode's review for Ghostbusters Afterlife was certainly something. He doesn't even like the original, but enjoyed the 2016 one, which kind of says it all.
That's an absolute joke. Oh, that is an absolute joke.
The thing is, I've not actually heard his review for Afterlife, but I generally like Mark Commode. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Tom180 says, "Hello, Jason and Keith. Hope you're both well. What's the last film you both watched?" That's a good question.
I answered that already.
It was Ghostbusters was the last one you watched.
Oh, no, sorry. Holiday Inn was. I watched it last night. Sorry, that was the last film I watched. Sorry.
Me and Soph watched the 80s teen comedy Heathers last night.
Oh, good movie.
First time watch for both of us. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, good movie.
Really enjoyed it. Christian Slater in that film is fantastic.
I love Christian Slater.
Me and Soph, we were like, how hasn't Christian Slater played the Joker already? Because I got Joker vibes in that movie. He gave me Joker vibes.
Yeah. Very, very underrated actor, I think.
That film is funny, but it goes dark so quick though. Like, shit.
Yeah. If you're actually looking for a good Christian Slater, I don't know. I was going to say 80s. I think it is 80s. It might be the late 80s. But a film called Pump Up the Volume. Great movie. What an incredible film! It is definitely worth checking out.
I'll try to remember it, but
Pump Up the Volume. Something telling me Sophie will love it.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I think she will.
But yeah, we had a really good time with Heathers. We thought it was a good old time.
Yeah, good movie.
I bought that on the Arrow sale back in.
That's right. Yeah.
Easter time, because I just read the synopsis and I thought that sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
Good time. Yeah. And it was a really good time.
Yeah.
And it's crazy as well because all the girls in that film are super young, like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And I said to Sophie, I was like, it's very strange to get a film with actors playing their actual age. Because usually nowadays, actors that are playing school kids are usually in their 20s. You know, you don't really get their actual ages.
Yeah, I kind of like. I remember back in the when you see the slasher, the 80s slashers, where 30-year-old men were playing teenagers. That's what I miss. I want to go back to that. I loved all that shit. Come on, Olivia Newton-John in Grease. I think she was 31 when she was in that movie. She was meant to play a teenager. It's crazy.
It makes it makes you feel awful though, because I'm just like, oh god, that actress is really good looking in this movie. And then she was like, she's 16. Oh fuck! Don't delete that out of my brain. It just makes me feel like that. Now I feel disgusting. Thanks. I didn't know, right? I didn't know. Anyway, Tom180 says, what's your favorite and least favorite genres? For me, it's probably horror. By extension, monster movies, but I guess you can put them in horror, I guess. My least favorite genre is musicals. I don't do musicals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with horror as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was to pick a genre that I don't like, probably westerns. No, I don't. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. It's just my, it's they wouldn't be my go-to kind of films to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I still love a lot of western movies. But it's not my go-to genre.
Actually, if I'm gonna go one more for least favorite, it'd be romance comedies.
Oh no! I am a sucker for them. I'm an absolute sucker for them.
Not for me. And I know people in the comments are probably going, "Yeah, but Jason, how this is sort of a romance comedy."
It kind of is.
It kind of is, but it has that dark side to it, which kind of gravitates to me. So that's what kind of got me on board a bit. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for like two things that shouldn't go together going together. Like something that's meant to be heartfelt and lovely, just going horrifically dark.
Right.
So I like that idea.
Was you not watch maybe Sleepless in Seattle or When Harry Met Sally or?
I've not seen those films. So.
Oh, okay. Right.
Are they similar to that where there's a dark side element to it?
No, definitely not.
Oh, okay. So probably not. Probably won't. Like for example, I was on Pete's stream on Wednesday, and Andy and John were talking about The Last American Virgin and how it's like a sexy kind of teen comedy.
Yeah.
They go super fucking bleak and dark towards the end of the film.
Yeah.
And that's intrigued me. I'm like, might have to watch that one.
Oh, the end of that is cruel. No. It's I'm not gonna say nothing, but it's yeah.
But that's intrigued me. It's not a genre I would go to, but because I know it's got this fucking just darkness to it, I'm like, okay, I see you, movie. I'm intrigued now. Yeah,
it's actually not a bad watch. Though I enjoyed it.
The Arrow Blu-rays not cheap. I looked it up.
I think I have. I was actually looking around the room. I looked over where my Arrow section was, and I was like, "Wait a minute, it's not fucking there no more." But I think I do have it. It's somewhere behind me.
Martin McBurney says, have either of you got any Blu-rays from Umbrella releasing an Australian label? I picked up the Blob, 1988, Silver Bullet, and Orca the Killer Whale. I have two releases by them. I've got Psycho Goreman, which is a ton of fun. I love that film. It's so ridiculously. If you want Power Rangers for a mature audience, go and see Psycho Goreman.
Yeah,
it's so just it's one of the most bizarre, surreal films you'll see. Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun though. So I got that, and I got a 90. I think is it 70s or 80s? I can't remember, but a film called Razorback.
I don't know.
Set in like a an old like kind of western dusty town about a giant boar that kind of just wreaks havoc. I've not seen it, but I watched a documentary about it on YouTube. It just sounded right up my street, so I was like, I'm gonna pick that up.
I definitely do have. I think I have around 4, but I can't remember them. I don't know why, but I'm going toward a Slither. That film Slither. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think that's under that Umbrella label. Great movie. But I can't. Tales from the Dark Side. Oh, sorry, Demon Knight. Tales from the Crypt. That might be. I can't remember. I really can't.
Yeah. I would love to get more. I would love to get more from a label because it's a pretty good label.
I'll tell you one thing. Australia do have some good. I can't remember. There was another because I know they have Umbrella, and then is it the Cult Collection or something they have out? They have another kind of. I can't remember. I done a video there not so long ago where I bought Breakdown and I bought the Mothman Prophecies, and they came in these gorgeous black slipcovers, and that's how they all come in this collection. I'm sure someone will leave a comment below and let me know what it is. But it's Australia do bring out some incredible. I
think I've seen that video of yours. I swear it might. I think it is the same as mine. 1 second. So, could you get the Psycho Goreman Blu-ray for me, please?
Right. Okay. Is it in a black slipcover?
Yeah. So yeah, the actual series is called Beyond Genres. It's like that.
No, that's not it.
No, but that's Umbrella.
No, it's different.
Oh, okay.
It's different.
I love that though. I love that artwork.
I haven't seen the film yet. The artwork is gorgeous, isn't it?
Oh, so good. It's funny because I bought this like 2 months ago, and then I think last month they released a UK version. I was like, oh, okay.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah. Moving on. But yeah, I recommend the Umbrella releasing. They're pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to see if I can actually see them again, but I can't.
Like that's the cover on the Blu-ray.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
This art on the back.
Ah, very nice.
It is the most bizarre. Literally, like me and Sophie watched it, and Sophie was just like every so often going, "This is so bizarre." I'm like, I know it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Dangerous Chris says, either of you seen The Great Silence? It's one of my favorite movies ever. Eureka Masters of Cinema had just released a limited edition with slipcase booklet poster. 20 quid is limited to 2,000 units.
Wow, I never actually heard of the movie now. Yourself.
But my little brain and the fear of missing out is telling me maybe I should buy that Eureka title now because it's limited to 2,000 units. We have Ryan of Let's Get Kicking Movies. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Thanks for joining the stream. He says, how's it going, guys? Just finishing recording a video with AP Stevens about 2004's Dawn of the Dead. And I tell you something, I prefer the remake over Romero's original, but they're really good films. I disagree. I do like the 2004 remake. I think it's a good one, but that original is it's synonymous with zombie films for me. The original.
That's a ballsy video to bring out. Put it that way. I 100% do not agree with it. If I'm being totally honest. Dawn of the Dead, Romero's Dawn of the Dead is a pinnacle zombie movie, probably one of the greatest zombie movies ever made. Even
though I prefer Day's my favorite.
So I do love Day as well. It's a great sequel as well. It's hard to pick between the two, but Zack Snyder's remake as well. It's good, but Jesus, no way is it better than the original. I definitely don't agree with that.
I like I said, I think the original it's become synonymous. It's become the zombie film. If you go to someone, a horror fan, and go zombie film, they'll just go Dawn of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
It's synonymous with it. Not saying, like I said, we're not saying the 2004 one's bad. We just
definitely not.
Prefer the original.
Yeah, definitely.
Tom 180 says just finished watching Mad Max 1 and 2. Do you like them? Didn't think they was great myself. I haven't rewatched them for a while. I think the last time I rewatched them was before Fury Road came out. I think I watched them leading up to Fury Road back in when was that? 2015? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Where's the time gone? But I've always had a big soft spot for the first movie. I've always loved the first movie, the aesthetic, the look, the idea that like for some reason I always found it quite an interesting post-apocalyptic film because it's a post-apocalyptic film because there's no gasoline, there's no petrol. That's why it's post-apocalyptic. And we almost like I remember like when we had a month ago, whenever it was, we had that petrol crisis a little while ago.
Yeah,
and I was like, it's fucking Mad Max, mate, all over again. Mad Max. I know people love 2. I love 2 as well, but I think I just remember watching the first one a lot when I was younger. I just loved the first one.
I'm a huge fan of. I'm a huge fan of 1, 2, and Fury Road. I don't like the Thunderdome one, the third one. I got me heartbroken there because I've been dying to watch Mad Max Part 1 and 2, and I was holding off because they're coming out in 4K. It was meant to be the 10th of December, and of course there was a huge delay, and they're not getting released now until February. Something to do with audio issues, so I have to wait a little longer. But I think Road Warrior is me personally, it's my favorite out of the franchise.
Fair enough, that's fair.
It's
a good film. It's a good, really good action film.
Yeah.
I'm a bit peeved off with the 4K steelbook set, because I feel like WB are being fucking lazy bastards, because they showed off the Monsterverse set and the fucking Mad Max set is identical, multiple colors. It really frustrated
that's
me.
what they do, Jason, because I have the Batman one here as well, and it's the same thing. That's how they make their box sets. I actually ordered. I actually have both of them. I have both of them coming. I do. But
they just. I feel like. Sorry.
No, they're a little lazy. Yeah, there's no question. Don't get me wrong. They are a little lazy, but I couldn't say no to them. I had to get them.
Like, I just feel like when you're asking for like 100 quid for each, right? Like, put some fucking effort in, for fuck's sake, you know.
You see, I think that's the problem. Sometimes I think people do forget, where you're asking for 100. Like the box set now I got mine from Amazon Italy, and I got them for €92 each. Okay. And I think people do forget sometimes that if you buy these individually, you're gonna pay £100. So it's and that's why I bought the box set. I ended up getting both box sets because if I was to buy the Mad Max ones, I know I have Fury Road already, but I don't have the other three. So if I bought the three of them separately, it'll work out around 75 quid. So what's paying another 20 quid and getting a nicer set? Even though it still feels a bit lazy as well.
Yeah,
it does.
That's fair. I mean, I won't be buying them, but I'm glad you will enjoy
I thought that was going to be. I thought that Monsterverse box set. I thought you were going to snap that right up. I was convinced.
I mean, like, money's an issue right now, so that stopped me immediately. Like, I just couldn't afford to buy it.
Jason, that box set is going nowhere. That box set is going nowhere. It's not going to sell out. And not only that, but I something tell me it will go down in price as well.
But it put me off it as soon as I saw that Mad Max one, and it was like they're pretty much like they're identical with just slapping on new logo, different logo.
No, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
It's put me off. It lessens their value to me. They're not as special now.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just the way I feel.
No, I understand that.
And I'm trying to get myself out of double dipping as much on Godzilla stuff. I mean, if there's stuff that is got something unique about it, I'm going to buy it. But I've already got 4Ks of these films. I don't need them again in a way. So
I get that. Yeah, no, that's fine. I get that.
I'm trying to be a bit more, especially now I'm starting this job next week, and I'm actually going to have money. Because I do it all the time. I get into some money, I'm like, fucking splurge everywhere.
Yeah.
I really need to get my brain in motion of like, don't just go mental.
Just calm down. Yeah, don't go mad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this always happens though, Keith. Right? I'll see someone do an unboxing. I'm just like, now I want them.
Yeah. Oh look, Jason. Everyone was sending me messages about that Evil Dead box set that came out, the Groovy edition. Yeah. And I was like, no, not buying it. Not interested. Army of Darkness is not in it. The remake is not in it. I have no interest. And then Cody over at H&S Collectibles started sending me pictures. And the minute he sent me the first picture, I went on and I pre-ordered it. I bought it, sorry. And that
is it good?
Incredible. Yeah, it looks beautiful. It does. I'm just waiting for it to come in.
It's baffling, but it doesn't have Army of Darkness. It's very odd.
Very strange. It's something to do with the whoever owns the rights to it. I don't know what it is. It
comes with the first two films and the series, right?
Yeah.
That's very strange.
It's so odd. It's very... now, don't get me wrong. If I find out now in a year's time that they bring out another box set and, Army of Darkness is in all of a sudden, that will piss me off. Because I actually have a gorgeous edition here of Evil Dead where you get the Kandarian dagger with it as well. And you also get the fucking ghost. And Army of Darkness is in that box set. So I don't get it. I really don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. It's very strange.
Yeah, odd. Very odd.
Like, this is like, I don't know, like, I don't. Friday the 13th was the same. Halloween's the same. Like, why can't you just keep the copyright all under the same roof with these franchises? So they're always kept together. Like, I don't know.
It's very strange.
It's very odd. Andy says, "What's your favorite movie with an ensemble cast? I love JFK, The Player, and it's a mad, mad, mad world."
An ensemble cast. Whew.
Yeah, I can't think. My brain's gone flatlined.
I'm just at JFK. Yeah, it's a great movie that as well. I can't. It's not offhand. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, it's not something I think about, if I'm honest.
No, I really don't. No, nothing jumps out at me, to be honest. And sorry about that, Andy. I just nothing's coming to mind.
The one thing that comes to mind for me, it wouldn't be my pick anyway, would be Expendables, but what can you do?
Yeah. They're actually doing a fourth one of that as well. They're doing a part 4 for that, I think, as well.
Oh, why? Part 3 was fucking god awful.
Yeah. They're doing it for another one. They're obviously trying to right the wrongs they've done in that one. So yeah, I can't think of it. Yeah, I feel about an ensemble cast.
And I probably we come off the stream and there'd be fucking loads of that. I remember. Yeah. Ryan asks, Keith, have you seen a movie called Dream Demon with actors from Auf Wiedersehen Pet, Timothy Spall and Jimmy Nail? It's a late 80s film that has been lost during the years, and it's really underrated.
I know of. I haven't seen the movie. I definitely know of it. As a matter of fact, I'm nearly sure Arrow brought that out. Did they?
Yeah, I own it. I have it. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched it. I've never seen it. I don't even know. I know of it, but I don't even know what it's about.
That's fair. I've had it on my shelf since Easter, and I've not watched it. So, Frags Gaming's in the chat. Hello, Frags. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you dropping by. Ryan elaborates. He says it's one of his favorite movies from the Arrow label. That's cool.
I'll keep an eye out for it and see if I can get
it. Ryan asks, what are your guys' thoughts on Exorcist 3? Not seen it.
I don't like it. I don't. Do you know what bothers me with the Exorcist 3? Every time everyone talks about the Exorcist 3, they'll always talk about the same scene. You know, I'm not going to say it to you, Jason, because there is a real scary scene. There's a real scary scene. Is
it a jump scare scene? Because I've seen it already.
It's not. It is, but it's not your typical jump scare scene. You know what I mean? It's not a forced jump scare.
Yeah. It's more. It's got more of a creep factor to it.
Yeah, that's. And I watched there very recently. I thought it was okay. It's definitely better than the second one, the Heritage. But if I'm being totally honest, I preferred the Dominion to Exorcist 3. The prequel they've done to The Exorcist.
I'm really tempted just to ignore the sequels for Exorcist, because The Exorcist is my favorite horror film of all time. So
actually, Jason, I'm not going to lie to you. You know what? You're probably better off. I'm not saying that they're god awful, but I don't think you're missing anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? So I'd say just leave them alone.
This question's difficult because I've not seen much of her films, if I'm honest. Playtender Guy asks, what's your favourite Ronona Ryder film? I really couldn't answer the question. I don't really have an answer there. I think the only films I've seen her in is Alien Resurrection, which is awful. I hate that movie.
Yeah.
And Heathers, which I think she's great in. I can't think of anything else I've seen her in.
Beetlejuice?
I've not seen Beetlejuice.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm gonna change. I want to get the 4K of that at some point.
Yeah,
change that. Yeah,
that's probably my favorite Ronona Ryder movie. Beetlejuice. She's definitely not one of my go-to actresses now, if I'm being totally honest. She has one or two good films. I think she had was it Mermaids? She was in with Cher as well. I think she was in that movie. And I think I remember enjoying that film as well, but definitely not one of my go-to actresses.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I need to see more of her films if I'm honest, because I think I've seen two. One's great, one's awful. But
yeah.
Tom180 says, "What's your favorite comedy TV series?" Probably Bottom, if I'm honest. I fucking Rick Mail and Adrian Edmondson, just them two together is just magic. Like, they're just so funny.
I two come to mind. Fawlty Towers.
Oh, that's a good chat as well.
Father Ted. Between them two.
Never watched Father Ted myself.
Oh wow.
I'm not really a comedy guy, so it's not.
Yeah, no, I get that. So. No. Usually, I think, you know what? I probably would go with Fawlty Towers. Would probably be my favorite.
That's fair. That's cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, like growing up, I was into like a lot of the American animated stuff, like South Park, American Dad, Family Guy. I was really into American Dad to the point where I would never miss an episode.
Wow. Okay. Right.
But like most animated sitcoms that go on for so long, the early stuff is great, and it just gets kind of stale. Which most, it happened for Simpsons, it happened for South Park, it happened for Family Guy, definitely happened for Family Guy. Holy shit! But Bottom. I can watch Bottom now and laugh my fucking ribs. Break my ribs laughing, kind of thing. Love it. Me and Si watched the movie Guest House Paradiso. That film is hilarious.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's bad, but it's just those two have that kind of charisma where you can just get through the film because they are so good in it.
Right. Okay.
It's a ridiculous movie. Like it's so silly. It's so silly.
Okay.
I recommend it just for like if you're curious that there's a Bottom movie. I think the reason why I lean towards Fawlty Towers, and I think it's a testament to how funny that show is, that they only made 11 episodes. I think it's only 11 episodes, as far as I remember. Yeah, I'm like some of the older comedy, like especially some of the older British comedies that I remember growing up watching, like Fawlty Towers. I've not watched it in years, but Fawlty Towers, Mr. Bean, Mr. Bean's barely that's not got many episodes either. Like, what's it got? Like 10 episodes? Like,
and the In-Betweeners has around 18.
I've never watched The In-Betweeners.
I don't believe it.
Never. I'm not a comedy guy, so it's just like not something I'd go to. Like,
I thought that would be something that you would really like, and you should check it out, Jason. I think it's something you'd love.
Okay, I'll put it on the list, the imaginary list that kind of exists but doesn't. Yeah. This question's easier than I thought, but I'm gonna answer it. Let's get kicking movies. Ryan asks, which bad Terminator film would you suffer the most? Would you suffer the most? Oh, suffer through the most? Do you mean, Ryan? I guess so. Which bad Terminator film would you suffer through the most? Genesis or Dark Fate? Dark Fate, because it's a better movie than Genesis. Is fucking burn that movie. It's awful.
Oh wow, I'm going to be a little controversial. Then in my opinion, I don't think I've never watched a Terminator movie where I went, God, that is god awful. I've always gotten some sort of enjoyment from every Terminator movie. I love Salvation. Everyone hates Salvation. I fucking love that movie.
That's the best sequel after 2, in my opinion.
I think it's fucking incredible. I think it's great. I do. Yeah. I think it's a fucking. I thought Christian Bale as John Connor was fantastic. I thought bringing in Sam Worthington, brilliant. He actually outshone Christian Bale, and it takes a really good actor to do that. But I fucking love that movie.
It's really funny. Like, I always find it quite ironic that film didn't do too well when it came out.
It did, it didn't do what they were hoping.
But it's the only film in the franchise in terms of sequels that does something different.
Yeah.
Every other sequel tries to rehash T2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look, and sometimes rehashing what was successful works, but sometimes it really doesn't. And the fact that Dark Fate lost $200 million, it bombed immensely. proves that to me. It proves it.
It's that's the Dark Fate was the nail in the coffin. That's it. Unless
leave it alone now.
Unless you can start making them movies, unless you can do what they've done with Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife had a budget of 75 million, and it's going to make money. It's definitely going to, and that's the only way now you're going to be able to make Terminator movies. You're going to have to bring the budgets right down, and take away this thing of like I think Dark Fate had a budget of 210 million. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
And that's before marketing and stuff. That's before, it's crazy. And usually studios spend double on marketing, don't they?
Yeah. And look, I actually like Dark Fate. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Now, the thing is, they tried that whole thing, bringing Sarah Connor back and bringing Linda Hamilton back, but it didn't work for me. I found her very irritating in the movie. I don't know what was enough.
Yeah, it felt forced to me.
Yeah, maybe.
Really, like, you remember this character? Yeah, I remember when she was actually badass and awesome. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
She's not in this. Yeah.
There is a bit. No, I have to admit though, when she turns around, she goes, "There's no way I'm calling you fucking Steve." I thought that was quite brilliant.
There's the bit there in that film where it just lost me. What they did with the Terminator, like I feel like from Terminator 3, sorry, the Terminator as a machine, as a weapon, because that's what the Terminator is, as a weapon. I felt like it kept just like becoming a parody of itself, and it culminated in Dark Fate, where it's like, oh, I feel bad now. I'm sorry I killed John Connor. Please forgive me or whatever. It's like, I have a family now. I'm just like, no. But the
weird thing is, people went fucking ape shit when John Connor got killed at the start of that movie. I didn't give a shit, to be honest. If I had one complaint about Terminator 2, it is Edward Furlong. He is a whiny little shit in that movie, and he fucking drives me mad in it sometimes. It's like fucking nails in a chalkboard when he starts screaming. I didn't give a shit. I was fucking happy to see the Terminator kill him at the start of it. I didn't give a flying crap that he was not in it.
The only thing I have about that is, like, if they're gonna just like have like 2 minutes of the opening of the movie killing the character that the whole second movie, surrounded by, why have him in the film? Why bring Edward Furlong back completely?
Yeah,
like, you barely see him anyway. Like, he's de-aged, but also he's kind of blurred in the background, sort of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you're going to just do the opening 2 minutes of him being killed, why bring him back anyway? Why even do the whole? It seems like a waste.
I tell you one thing, Linda Hamilton at the start, they done her very well. It was really convincing how well she looked. I
thought they did a good job for Arnold as well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I think now it is done. I don't think we're going to see another Terminator movie. And if we do,
I don't want to. I'm done.
I think if we do see one again, something's telling me it'll be in 15 years' time, or so. They'll wait for a good period of time to pass.
Yeah, but we've got the first two films. They are, masterpieces.
Yeah, it's a shame. It is. I'm just going back to that Stargation. It is a shame because that was setting up something big. Everyone talked about this future war. We wanted to see this future war. And it's just a shame because if that film did well, then we probably would have got a trilogy of them movies. And we just didn't get to see it, unfortunately.
It has some good ideas, like Terminator motorcycles. That's cool. Like, that's a cool idea.
Actually, I have one of them. Oh, bollocks, it's buried. Moto Terminator. And they're brilliant, them. I thought they were great.
Yeah, I'd be happy. I'd be okay if we don't see another film.
I think that's it, Jason. No,
I think I'm. I wouldn't mind it if Hollywood weren't too shit scared of doing a low budget movie. They seem to want to just throw money at stuff now, and then they complain when it fucking bombs. Well, if you spend little, you'll make more. Yeah. Like, look, Paranormal Activity was made on like how much? Like $50,000.
It was ridiculous money. Yeah,
But fucking one of the highest grossing films of all time. It made the most money ever. Like, holy shit. Do that. Start maybe think about making smaller films that don't cost as much.
That's why horror will always be around. Horror is the cheapest movie you can make.
Yeah.
And that's why horror is just consistent. It'll always be. It was always there, and it always will be there.
Yeah, it always have its fans as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the biggest. I think that's the biggest thing to take away from the whole Terminator thing is Hollywood is too scared to make a small film, to make a cheap film. They want to throw money at us.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what the first Terminator was made for, but that was an indie film. It was.
Oh no, it was a very small. But I can't remember. Well, Aliens cost 18 million, so I know it's a lot less than Aliens. So some tell me maybe 12 million, 14 million for Terminator or something like that.
I mean, think about it. The final shot of the movie, they shot without a permit because they couldn't afford the permit to shoot on that road at the end of the film.
I only just found out about that with Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters. All the scenes where they were talking about, hunting ghosts and all that, all out in the street. That was all just them setting up cameras and just there was people around and they just shot it. It's incredible.
Yeah. Sometimes guerrilla filmmaking, you just have to do it, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is why I love a good indie film, because they know what their budget is and they maximize budgets to great effect. And I guess the first Terminator film is a great example of a new filmmaker in James Cameron having this amazing concept for a movie and going like, I've only got this amount of money, maximize every penny, and it's in the history of great sci-fi films. You
see, I suppose it does help that James Cameron, he does. Now I don't know if he did the effects. Did he do the effects on Terminator himself? Because he definitely done some of the effects on Escape from New York. So I don't know, was he involved with the effects of Terminator as well? But that obviously does help as well. That's a way of keeping things down if you're able to do some of the effects yourself. And that,
I'm not too sure, but I did. Even though Terminator 2 is a much different beast. You go and look at the behind the scenes of that. There's a lot of like really clever tricks they did to keep the cost down.
Yeah.
Really clever use of miniatures and basically like painting skin to make it look like it's something else, and really clever like cost efficient techniques.
What a movie!
It's one of the best of all time, right?
Yeah.
Moving on. Playton the Great asks, what is your favorite Dario Argento film? I've not seen barely any of his films, if I'm honest. I'm probably going to say Demons, because I think I've only seen like 2 of his films because I'm a crazy person.
Dario Argento. Me personally, I'm leaning towards Inferno. Okay. I am. Definitely Inferno. That's the one that kind of sticks out the most with me. But he has made some great movies.
Mm-hmm. I think I've only ever seen Suspiria and Demons.
Yeah. See, I nearly made that, but he didn't direct Demons. I nearly made that mistake.
What's that?
I was going to say Demons, but he never directed them.
I didn't direct that.
No, he might have. I think he produced and wrote them, and it was Mario. Is it Mario Bava's son? Do I have them now? Lamberto Bava directed them.
Oh, I got confused then. His name's on it, so I
yeah. That's what I was about to say. I was going to go to Demons, and I was like, no, wait a minute, he didn't direct them.
What a film, man! Great film.
Great film.
Fantastic. Arrow's just announced Creepers, which I've not heard of before, which is a Dario Argento. Maybe he didn't direct that either.
I know of the movie. I can't remember if it is. No, I think it is his movie.
Okay.
I do, yeah.
It's really funny because I was scrolling through Facebook because I followed Arrow, so they were like, "Oh, announcement Creepers." But as I scrolled past, because it's the same font as Critters, I was like, "Oh
shit!"
Listen, my heart stopped for a split second.
It'll happen, Jason. It'll happen.
I really hope so. I really hope so. Martin McBurney says, "Is The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis a Christmas movie?" I have not seen it.
I think that's a good fucking movie. Oh my god, it is so ridiculously over the top, but I can see exactly what you're saying because it's held at Christmas as well. And I don't see it as a Christmas movie, definitely not. But that is if you're looking for a over the top action movie, Jason, that's your movie. And funny enough, I think Rennie Harlan directs that movie. Who directed Die Hard 2, didn't he? Or was it? Yeah, Die Hard 2. He directed Rennie Harlan. So it's a good movie. Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
Awesome. I'll put it on the imaginary list that I sort of try to have in my brain. Sophie says, "You are a Muppet." Thank you, Soph. Platino Guy says, "The Muppets Christmas Carol is my favorite Christmas film. Such a charming retelling of the story. Yeah. Also, Michael Caine is fantastic in it." Yeah,
I need to get it. I'm going to get it this Christmas. I'm going to buy it. I am.
It's great. Tom 180 says, "Small Soldiers, Matinee, The Burbs, Inner Space. Joe Dante has made some classics." I've seen Small Soldiers. Yeah. I've seen Inner Space, but I've not watched Inner Space for a long time.
Oh, great movie.
I really want to see Matinee because I've heard it's great, and I've got The Burbs on DVD, but I've not watched it yet.
Burbs is definitely in my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Oh wow!
I can't stress how much I love that movie. It's one of them. It's definitely one of my go-to movies. If I'm having a few drinks at home and it gets late at night, The Burbs is the film I go to. It's just what a movie.
So it's a comfort film for you, right?
Yeah, it really is a comfort film. Yeah.
That's cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I want to get the Arrow release. I do have it on DVD. I will watch it eventually. You know what I'm like with watching films.
Absolutely.
Dr. Impossible of Counterpunch 1984. Seriously, the best name on YouTube. Seriously. He said, or they said, I don't know if it's a he or she, but whatever. They said, "What the hell? No Love for Santa Claus, the movie? Cost multi-millions to make with Dudley Moore portraying one of Santa's little helpers and John Lithgow. What's not to like?"
The amazing thing about that movie is John Carpenter was so close to directing that movie.
Oh, really?
And they wouldn't give him the budget that he asked for, so he pulled out of it. But he was so close to directing that movie.
I don't think I've seen it since I was little. I don't think I've watched it as an adult.
It's actually, I do like it. But it's not one of my my go-to Christmas films.
Dr. Impossible also says, "Pump Up the Volume" was the tops. Great soundtrack too.
Yeah.
I need to have a look. I need to have a look that up when we.
Jason, I'm telling you now, and I know for a fact, Sophie, if the two of you sit down and watch that, I think she is going to love that movie.
Okay, cool. I'll take your words, and we will look into it for sure.
Right, baby.
Minhajul is in the chat. Welcome to the stream, my dude. He says, "Evening, lads. I wonder what today does today bring."
We'll see.
The stream, maybe. We will see. Ryan says, "Jason, that Freddy vs. Jason poster is sick. Would love to have that on my wall." Well, I'm trying to find room for it on my wall.
Yes. Yeah, that is fantastic. That is actually on the. I think that's the alternate artwork you get on the Screen Factory release of it.
Yeah, this is like a pre-release poster before it came in cinemas.
Wow, that's incredible! It's a gorgeous photo.
It was a gift from Robert Fett's Bounty.
Okay.
He gave me that, which is really nice.
Okay.
It will go in the hallway. So my room's in the loft. So you've got stairs coming up. It's going to go on the wall as you come up the stairs.
No,
it's quite a heavy frame on it, so we're trying to figure out like what screws to use and how to hang it properly. Yeah. But it will be going in the hallway as I come up the stairs. That should be cool.
Oh, cool. Great.
That film is a if I would say guilty pleasure, but my thoughts on guilty pleasure. If I was to say that, Freddy vs. Jason is in that kind of conversation.
Great movie.
It's just fun.
Love the film.
It's just a fun movie.
Love it. So different. You get a bit of both. You get a bit of Nightmare. You get a bit of Friday the 13th, but it's also done.
Yeah.
It's very unique as well. It's just it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Ellen, you have me a drink? Could you grab me a drink? Wait a moment.
Martin McBurney says the other label, Keith, is called Imprint. I brought breakdown regarding Henry on the on that label.
It was actually annoying me. I was hoping someone would leave a comment. Imprint. That's it. They are fantastic. I actually have another one coming from them. I have got the original War of the Worlds coming.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to be great to watch.
I've never seen that original film. So
that's great.
I really want to check it out. Just for the music, if anything.
Yeah.
The music is unbelievable. Dangerous Chris says, any of you seen Ifra Man? It's basically Power Rangers, but a 1970s Hong Kong kung fu movie. There's an 8A Films Blu-ray release available. I've been meaning to pick that up on numerous occasions, but I just haven't.
No.
Because it just sounds right up my street. It sounds right up my street, definitely.
Right.
But yeah, it looks ridiculous. I do want to pick it up, but I haven't seen it. But I do want to get that 88 Films release. I tell you what, Keith, 88 Films are absolutely kicking ass recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're becoming one of my favorite labels. Just for they're putting out some really cool stuff. I think.
Okay. That's the company that brought they do the slasher collection, don't they, as well?
Yeah. But I've got all the Toxic Avenger films on that label.
Okay, right.
That first movie is the most insane film I've probably seen.
Never seen it.
It's so 80s, but also it's so it's from Troma. Have you seen a Troma film before?
No.
They revel in the sick and twisted and disgusting stuff. Okay. It's so mean-spirited though. It's it's a mean film. It's funny, it's like exploitation cinema at its most exploitative, right? But it's funny. It's very low, super low budget, but again, that's Troma for you. It's so mean-spirited though.
Right.
To the point where I'm just was that necessary?
Right.
I came really fucking mean.
I came very, very close to buying a bust. Amazon Germany brought out a bust of it.
Oh wow!
And I just pulled out of it because I just didn't know what I was buying.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But I might pick it up because it's not that dear. I think you can get it for very cheap. So I might look into picking it up and just giving it a watch.
I will just warn you though. The Toxic Avenger as a film, it's shit by design, right?
You see, that's the thing. The thing with the bust is when I seen the bust, I didn't know what I was getting with it. I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Was it when you get in the first film? Is there a TV series by any chance?
There's a cartoon that was in the 90s.
Right. I guess I'm saying I just didn't know what I was getting. They weren't clear on what was coming with it. You know what I mean? So I didn't get it, and that's so. I'll have to look into it again.
It absolutely baffles me that there's a kids' cartoon based on a Troma exploitation movie. It's the same as the RoboCop animated series. I don't understand why are you pushing that to kids when it's a fucking super violent, ultra violent adult fucking sci-fi action film.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, corporations back then would push anything to kids, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely. Of course they would.
I mean, they would get away with it today if they could, but they can't. So. Ryan says, "What are your thoughts on Hell Comes to Frogton?" I think that film's a good old time. It's bizarre, it's surreal, but I had a good time with it. It's fun.
I actually have the movie. I haven't watched it. I actually got the when Arrow brought it out, it was limited to 1,000 copies, and I actually have one of them, but I've never watched it, which is strange because Rowdy Piper is in it, and I thought Rowdy Piper was fantastic in Day Live. So
yeah, it's the film. The film's literally Mad Max with frogs, with frogmen.
right, okay.
Like, literally, like Piper, he chews the scenery in this movie. He's great in it. He's the best part of the film for me.
Right, okay.
If you enjoy him in like They Live and that, if you enjoy him in the other films he's in, I think you're gonna like him in this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very kind of like surreal and bizarre, but it's just a fun little time.
I just need to be in the mood to watch it, and I will. I'll watch it someday.
It's not a film that I own, which is weird because I want to get the Arrow version. That's out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Arrow titles that I still want to get, but I look at my shelf and I'm just like, where the fuck am I going to put them?
Did you see? But going back to Arrow there. My God, going back to that American Werewolf in London.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bus is great. Don't get me wrong, fantastic. I cannot believe that the 4K release they're bringing out. It is the same limited edition, same artwork. Everything is the same. And it is so lazy. They are gone so bad, Arrow. And people are gobbling it up. They are going out and buying these releases. And all you are getting is, and John has told me this over at Mondo, you're getting a minor upgrade on these 4K movies. But they're buying, everyone's buying the same limited edition stuff. You're getting the same art cards, the same posters. Everything is the same. And when I seen the picture for American Werewolf, I could not believe it. And I was like, Jesus, at least give us a different cover. But no, the same fucking shit.
So they put up like upcoming December releases or upcoming new releases, and it's just like they got a bunch of Dario Argento re-releases on 4K, stuff like that, and it's just a bunch of re-releases, and there's a couple of new bits here and there. And you go in the comments on Facebook on their posts, and it's just people going like, and they're just saying like, I'd rather you not release the same movie 4 times. Something new, please. Yeah. Like people know about it. They're not. People aren't being idiots about it, but
it's like someone asked me. Deep Red came out in 4K. Now it's definitely John's. I completely understand why John bought it. It's one of his favorite movies of all time. But a lot of people are asking me why I didn't get it, and I was like, because it would have been the 3rd time that I bought that film from Arrow, and I'm just not doing. No way, not a chance. I have the window box edition of it. I have a limited edition of it, and I'm not buying into this thing with 4K that they're doing at the moment. No way.
I used to have the window edition, but I haven't seen the film. Just put it that way. I used to have the window edition. I sold a bunch of my Arrow titles a few months ago. I just needed the money, if I'm honest. And there were films that I'm just like, I bought these for the sake of it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the sales, just like, oh, that's cheap.
Yeah.
And I was going to keep the windowed edition of Deep Red, but I got quite a good bit of money for it. So
absolutely, I get that. Yeah.
I got rid of it, and recently I had a bit of money in CEX, and they had the recent re-release on Blu-ray. I think.
Okay.
I was like, this is at least gonna have a 2K scan. It's gonna look really good. So I bought that. I haven't watched it yet, but it's definitely a film I want to check out.
According to John, it's the 4K release of it was it was a minor upgrade.
Okay.
Minor. So you're not missing out on the 4K Blu-ray. And I trust John. John trusts me.
Yeah.
When I say a film looks good in 4K, John knows. He knows that I know my stuff, and he's the same as well. So when he tells me that it's minor, I 100% believe him. And that's so. Yeah, I'm definitely staying away from. I wouldn't have went even near American Werewolf in London, only for the bust was coming with it. So
if I'm honest with you, I'm just like, I'm staying away from Arrow 4K completely. I'm just going to get the Blu-ray edition of stuff that I want.
I only have one. I've actually got one 4K edition from Arrow, and that was Tremors. I bought no other 4K releases.
I've got. See, I bought. It's weird. I bought the Blu-ray edition of Tremors, but it was the limited boxed edition.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, it didn't come in a clear case like you would expect. It came in the black 4K case.
Okay.
It's not the 4K case, but it's like a black Blu-ray
Okay.
case, which I thought was a bit weird.
Right, that's strange. Yeah, that's a bit strange. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's by design or not. I don't know. But
right.
But yeah.
I got a good one to tell you as well. I actually just got. I was so confused by it, and I couldn't find anything about it. And maybe someone that's in the comments can let me know their thoughts on it. But I picked up that film, The Purge, The Forever Purge, from Amazon. I bought it from Amazon Italy. This beautiful steelbook of it, and it came in the door, and I opened it up, and the 4K disc, the artwork on the 4K disc, was that film Nobody. Right. So I was there. I was like, "Mom, they put the Nobody 4K disc into my Forever Purge." So I put the disc in. The Forever Purge came on.
So it's a print. It's a print error on the disc.
It's a print. It's obviously a print error where I've never seen anything like it before. It's so strange.
How mass produced do you think that is? And do you think they'll correct it as well?
They can correct it all they want. I'm definitely going to keep that because, believe it or not, I actually had the film on 4K already, and I have the normal disc for it, and I'm going to keep it because it's so strange, and it's such a bad mistake that I want to keep it. It's almost like my the steelbook that I have for Cocoon. When you turn around the back of it, all the credits that's printed on the back of it is for the sequel.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
very strange.
That's weird. I get some of those really weird print errors. You get them on some vinyl that I own.
Yeah.
So I've got an album called Crucible of Man by a band called Iced Earth. They're like a metal band.
Yeah.
So on the back, it's got like, you know, there's two vinyls. So it's like side A, side B, side C, side D. And the order, the songs that are on each side, they've printed out the order wrong, because say like there's 3 songs on side A, and there's 4 songs on side B. You might get the last song on side B might not be on side B. It might be starting on side C.
Oh wow!
So the order that they've printed, the track list on the back of the actual gatefold.
Okay.
Doesn't match on what's the actual record. It's so
weird. Wow, that's strange.
So
actually, speaking of vinyl, I was meant to say it to you before we went on. Another gentleman contacted me, another subscriber, and believe it or not, I am getting another 30 vinyls sent to me.
Holy shit! Shit!
Another fella contacted me. He's seen the video that I done for the subscriber mail for the 30 vinyl that I got, and he turned around and he says, "Here, I have a pile. Do you want them?" And he wrote a list out, sent it on to me, and I think there was only 2 of them that I actually had, and he just contacted me yesterday. He sent them out. It cost him £40.
Wow.
To ship them to me. So I turned around and I said to him, "Look, man, I have to do something here. I have to let me pay for the post or something." No, he said, I'm just simply a subscriber that loves your channel, and this is a genuine gift." So that's what amazing. I'm going to do in that, because he turned around and he told me not to even do a video on. And I says, "No," I said, "Look, I have to do a video. I'm going to have to do it." So he doesn't want me to say his name. That's fair enough. But what I'm going to do in that video, when I get around to it, is I'm going to pay it forward. I'm going to do a contest.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to pay it forward, and and it'll be because of him to why I'm doing this contest. So so I'm going to look at my collection, look at my 4K collection, see what doubles I have, and I'll probably do a video sometime whenever the finals come in.
Is that all film soundtracks?
Yeah.
The violence I'm getting.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Cool. He is actually giving me Escape from New York. One of the original pressings of Escape from New York.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's insane.
Like, this is the thing as well, like I'm not the biggest kind of like soundtrack collector.
Right.
And it's it's the reason why I sent you Alien, because I knew you'd appreciate it, and you're the collector of that, So
I've already listened to it. I think I've listened to it 4 times already. I'm not kidding you. The minute I came in the door, it went straight onto the turntable. I bloody love the soundtrack on Alien. I do. And I was blown away by that. Still am.
I think the only soundtrack I still have now for a film is Suspiria 2018.
Oh, really? And what's it like?
Yeah. It's really good. It's on a pink vinyl. It's on pink vinyl.
Wow.
Really
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I watched that remake before the original, and I fell in love with the remake immediately. Like, it's one of my favorite films of all time.
I've never seen it. Never seen it.
It's very different. Of course, it's going to be different. I don't like to compare the two because they're so different. You can probably kind of take them as separate movies.
Yeah.
Obviously, 2018 takes a lot of the kind of premise of the 77. Is it 77?
Yeah.
The Argento film.
Absolutely.
It's more grounded than the Argento film. Like the Argento film is almost like a bad trip, isn't it? It's very
absolutely,
surreal and colourful and hypnotic. This film's more grounded. Like it's one of those films where like every bit of dialogue you've got to kind of pay attention to because it's very integral to like where the story's going. Right. But yeah, I absolutely fucking adored it. I remember after I watched it, I bought the Blu-ray, I bought the soundtrack on vinyl, and I bought a poster of it.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Definitely worth a watch, man. And yeah,
I actually I've actually got a deluxe box set of Suspiria, and it actually comes. I have the 4K of the original and the remake. I just never got around to watching it.
That's fair. Yeah, I remember in the video I mentioned that a good 80% of my collection I've not watched yet.
Yeah.
Awful. I'm awful. But you know, collector's problems, as you say.
Yeah, there you go.
Andy, I forgot what the movie says. Keith, you're spot on about Pump Up the Volume. Great movie. I love Christian Slater in Bed of Roses, Untamed Heart, and The Legend of Billie Jean.
Yeah, The Legend of Billie Jean. What? Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna watch that now tonight. It's funny. You just put it into my head now. I'm gonna watch that great movie.
Do you know what? Right, Christian Slater is an actor I've always known about, but never really watched the films. I think I've seen Broken Arrow, which I really like.
Oh, great movie, John Woo.
Yeah, great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Really good. Yeah.
Cuffs is a great movie. Good laugh. If you've ever even heard of Cuffs? No. Oh, it's a good movie. And Mila Jovovich is in it. It's one of our first ever roles.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Oh, there's so many Christian Slater movies.
True Romance, True
Romance. I'm one of them people. I fucking love Hard Rain. Everyone hates Hard Rain. I fucking love Hard Rain. I think it's a great movie. It's basically it's one of them kind of on the run movies, but it's held in a flood. It's a small town, and it's a flood. It's a huge flood, and he's been hunted down by these. He's what do you call these people that he transports money, and he's basically doing everything to protect the money that he's transporting from the Morgan Freeman and 3 of his Goonies with him. So it's a good movie.
Cool, Leo. Playground Guy says still need to watch True Romance with Christian Slater. It looks so good. Do you know what? I always forget he's in that.
Yeah.
I totally forgot he's in that. And he's literally on the fucking cover of the fucking film. I forgot he's in that. But yeah. Probably the best, probably one of Quentin Tarantino's best films that he didn't direct.
Didn't direct, yeah.
He wrote it, didn't he?
Still see him. That's what I'm saying. They still see it as a Tarantino movie. And I think I don't think that's fair on the director, to be honest.
It's not. It's not.
No.
But, I don't know. It always, I've got all the Tarantino films on DVD.
Yeah.
And True Romance is with them. It's with them.
It does happen. That's what I'm saying. Because, even when you look at Poltergeist, everyone just goes, "Oh, it's Spielberg," but it's Tobe Hooper. It's not Spielberg. It feels like a Spielberg movie, and that it happens. Unfortunately, it happens. It shouldn't happen, but it does.
I love Poltergeist. How that film wasn't R-rated, I don't know. That fucking mirror scene, holy shit!
Oh wow! Wow, great movie. Great movie.
We have Itchy in the chat. Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. He says, "I'm so sorry I'm late to the party. See you at the party, Richter." I don't know what song he's singing here, but he's singing a song, "Smack My Bishop, Smack My Bishop."
Well, I presume that's Prodigy, but it's Bishop, is it? Smack My Bishop?
Yeah. Smack My Bishop. Yeah, Prodigy,
yeah.
Dr. Impossible says, does Keith remember a film called The Island with Michael Caine? It's about a large group of bloodthirsty pirates who raid boats and ships. The book was written by Jaws author Peter Benchley.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I have never seen the movie, but I definitely know it. Wow, that's taken me back a bit. I do actually. I think I remember the trailer to it, funny enough, but I've never seen the film. Yeah, I can't say much about it. I've never seen it, but the only film that's just taking me back a bit. That's weird.
The only film I've seen that's called The Island is a film with Ewan McGregor.
Michael Bay.
Is it a Michael Bay film?
Yes.
I didn't know that, but I remember I quite like that film.
I didn't mind it at all. I had no problems with it.
Is it Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson? Or
that's the one. Yeah, that's it.
I remember? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, about clones, isn't it?
They're clones for body parts. So they've been used for body parts.
Yeah. I haven't watched that in years. I need to rewatch that.
Actually, the concept of that movie is actually quite good. Actually, it is. I enjoyed that movie. I did like it.
I mean, how can I forget this film? Itchy says Ronona Ryder in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Holy shit! Oh man, how can I forget that? I'm a twat. I love that movie.
Wow. Yeah.
I love that film. I want to get the 4K at some point because I've only got the DVD as it stands.
I don't even know about what it's like. Something's telling me it's a very decent transfer on that movie. I'd imagine it would be.
Oh man, I haven't seen my friend Ramhammer in a while. Hello, Fraser. Welcome to the stream. He says, well. well to you too, sir. I'm well late to that. It's like we're about half an hour behind, or about 3 minutes behind the comments. But that's not news to people.
That's not news anyway.
Andy says, there's a very underrated movie with Ronona Ryder called Lucas. I think it was her first film. It's also got Corey Haim and Charlie Sheen. Really good high school movies from the 80s. Oh, okay.
Corey Haim. Wow. And Charlie Sheen. Right. I know a lot of Corey Haim's movies in the 80s now. I've never heard of that one. Definitely will look out for that one. Corey Haim and Charlie Sheen. That's a strange partnership.
I know we're almost 2 hours in, but I'm just going to ask this. How's the audio? I know it's a bit late to ask about the audio because I've plugged in my mic for the first time in 6 months.
Okay.
I did kind of do a test record just to see how my audio sounds. It's much better than the fucking shitty microphone that I've got in the webcam. But because I listened back to our stream a couple of weeks ago and my audio was awful. So I'm hoping.
Does my audio be okay then? Because I sometimes wonder, is my audio decent? I don't know.
You'll have quite clean audio actually.
Oh really?
And on the looking back at the stream a couple of weeks ago, you seemed to have the most volume, and I had really bad audio, but I was also quiet. So I was just like, well, this must not have been a very good stream for people.
Right.
So I'm hoping the audio is better for people. Let's jump down to the bottom. Why? Oh shit. Oh, here we go. Right. This is a really good question from Playtendo Guy. He asks, of all the videos you have made for your channels, which is the video you're most proud of? I'm gonna throw them out there. I don't know. Not many people.
I know your favorite.
Huh?
I know what your favorite's going to be.
My 2 Critters videos.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of those videos. Yeah. They took a long time to make, a lot of researching, voiceovers, getting the clips I wanted and editing them together. Not many people have watched them, but that's probably by design because they're not super popular movies.
It's happens.
So if you would like to watch a couple of mini documentaries on the first two Critters movies, they're on my channel. They took pretty much all my time to make. Like I loved making them. They're pretty much passion projects, really. I'm super happy with them.
I don't know, like what's the most proudest I've ever been on a video or one of my videos, but I think if someone asks about what my favorite video would be, I do keep going back to my Street Trash one, because I just think actually yes, that would be my proudest, because, and I'll tell you why I was so proud, because I held it together so well from the start of that video till the end, because I was in tears laughing just before I pressed record on that video, because I knew I was reviewing that movie. And I held it together. Now, if you actually watch the start of the video, I am laughing a lot. I'm smiling a lot, and I did hold it together very well. But as soon as I got to Street Trash, it was gone. I couldn't hold it together anymore. So yeah, that one always kind of sticks out for me. It was just a random video.
I think you should be really proud of your Battle of the box sets, the Evil Dead Psycho one. Yeah. In the shower. I thought it was so clever.
Yeah.
I wish I could do more skits, but you need more. I can't do the skits I want on my own.
We got Sophie there now.
Yeah, but she's not always here though. You see.
I ran out, Jason. I haven't actually done a good skit now in a while. I must try and do one again.
Yeah, I've got like I'd love to do a video outside as well. Do an outside video, like maybe go and sit in a local park and do a video, with a tripod.
It's weird you said that, because I'm actually going to finally be able to do. But that's my first video now that I'm putting out on Monday now with the new room is going to be outside. So that is going to be my first. That is going to be my first outside video. And the great thing about that video as well, my neighbor next door actually recorded it as well. So I said to her, "Will you send me your footage?" And now I have two different angles of this room coming in. So I'm going to try and edit this fairly cleverly, and hopefully it'll look decent.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Brett says, are there any flicks that made you cry? For me, there are tons that have made me cry. A few are Hatchie, A Dog's Tale, Kirk Douglas, Diamonds, John Voight, Champ, Robert De Niro, Everybody's Fine. I can't. Wow. I can't really think of anything like specific, I mean, like Ghostbusters Afterlife got me really choked up. I didn't cry, but it got me like in the feels big time.
Right.
But I can't really think. I don't think I'm one that really balls out crying at a film. But I do get hit by the feels, if that makes sense.
I am the complete. I cry a lot on films. I cry on films that you have no business crying on. I'd be in tears at the end of You Got Mail with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. It might have something to do with the fact that this beautiful version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow is playing. Triggers me off. Schindler's List, the end of Schindler's List.
Not seen that film.
Gets me every time. There is so look. I could name at least 300 films that I'd be crying. I'd cry during. It's unbelievable.
I'm more inclined to cry to songs, if I'm honest with you.
Right.
So like there's a song by my favorite bands. They're called Iced Earth. They got a song called I Died for You, which is based on the character Spawn and him, dying and becoming a demon spawn, but like realizing, he wants to get back to his wife, that he loves her and stuff like that. But like, obviously, like you can interpret that song in a different way just by listening to it. Obviously, I lost my dad last year.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of this year, they released an acoustic version of that song.
Okay.
And it literally broke me. I literally broke.
Right.
I don't think I can listen. I don't think I can listen to that version of that song without crying.
Yeah. I tell you, that's it's I did look. I when I seen like, and as ridiculous as this is, Fast and Furious, Paul Walker's last one. It was probably one of the most touching things I've ever seen at the end of a movie. It was so much so that I can't even watch the movie again because it kills me. Marley and Me left me in fucking bits. I will never watch it again.
I've not watched it for that reason. Yeah. I know it just fucking break me.
Yeah. Oh, I get so unbelievably emotional. Home Alone. The last time I watched Home Alone, I was crying at the end of it when Macaulay Culkin goes to the window and he looks out at the old man with his family. The son came over with the granddaughter. Fucking tears every time I see it. And again, it's music really helps. If there was no music, you probably wouldn't cry at all. But I cry all the time in my movies. I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah, funny enough, actually, like when me and Soph, we watched Godzilla 2014 yesterday.
Yeah.
And the sequence where Bryan Cranston's character can't get his wife, she doesn't make it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, me and Soph have bloody killed us. Like
Yeah.
That bit hurt. That hurts
because you can relate to it. Well, not relate to it, but you could kind of look at each other and go, "Oh, if it was you."
Yeah.
You can kind of put yourself in that position. So it gets me all the time.
I find a lot of things as well now. If it's to do with someone losing a parent, it really hits me hard now.
Yeah,
I relate to that pain.
Yeah,
so it just comes back and hits me in the face.
I completely understand that. Yeah, I get that completely.
I couldn't, like I said, I can't be specific with it. But like as well, like you kind of like, I cry all the time. I would admit, I probably will. There probably are films that make me cry, but I can't think of what films. Crying at a film is not weak, people. Don't feel embarrassed.
Oh, I never see it as weak. I'm an emotional person.
It also shows, if you cry at a scene that's meant to elicit that emotion, the film's done its job. It's the power of the film, right?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. Dr. Impossible says, earlier this evening, I finished watching Nick Nolte's In Extreme Prejudice, cracking all action 1980s Walter Hill film.
Wow,
Will Studio Canal release this film on Blu-ray? Needs a decent release.
It's so weird that he just said, because I actually got that whole the vinyls that I got, the 30 vinyl. That Extreme Prejudice was in that sound, and I actually did say in the video that I'd never seen the film before, and a lot of people comment in that video saying that's a definite film to pick up. And Walter Hill is a great director.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
Yeah,
I recognize the name, so maybe I've heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the soundtrack because it just felt odd to sit down and listen to a soundtrack to a movie that I haven't seen. And that's so I'm definitely gonna pick that one
up. Next comment is from Itchy. He's actually put some he's clarified something we were kind of discussing, which is good. Demons is directed by Lamberto Bava.
Yeah,
good to know. We have Mike Woods in the chat. Hello, Mike. Thanks for joining the stream. Evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. Do you have a favorite Brian De Palma film? I don't think I do, if I'm honest.
I do. No, this is going to be very unpopular. I don't know how. I know no one's going to agree with it, but I have a huge. I love Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. I think it's a great movie. Now he's made. Look, I know he's made better movies, but that just always sticks out for me. I don't know why. There's something about the movie, the setting of the film. Gary Sinise, Nicolas Cage, unbelievable cast. That always sticks out for me. Brian De Palma. Actually, I tell you the truth, I actually like Mission to Mars. I prefer a lot of Brian De Palma's later movies than his older ones.
I don't think I've seen enough of his films, if I'm honest.
Right.
And then the two films I have seen, which are probably the two bigger names, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I think they're good, but I'm not like huge, like Carrie and Scarface. Just not a big fan of those films, really.
I still think Carrie is probably one of Stephen King's best adaptations as well. It'll definitely be up there, no question. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I said, Snake Eyes just sticks out for me. I don't know what it is about that movie.
That's fair. I need to put some of these films on my list, to be fair. Andy says, Keith says, bless you.
Thank you.
I didn't realise my mic was picking that up. Oh, God.
It wasn't the first one either.
Anyway, actually, Sophie's not well. She's got cold, so she's not too well. So, yeah. But I'll be looking after her, so that's all right.
Very good.
Gave me a thumbs up. Andy says or asks, Keith, have you seen Street Smart with Christopher Reeve and Morgan Freeman? Great film.
Jesus Christ, no. That is such an unusual pair. Morgan Freeman and Christopher Reeves. Wow. No, definitely not. I really have to start writing these down. I really that's a strange partnership there now.
I mean, I've come to really trust Andy's opinions on stuff.
His knowledge is frightening on movies. I have a decent knowledge on movies, but he's next level. He is.
Yeah, he's a top guy as well.
Yeah.
Andy, you're a top guy.
I have all the time in the world.
Don't let anyone tell you different, my friend.
Yeah.
And Amin Hajul says, guys, I've just pre-ordered the Amazon exclusive for Infinity Saga collectors. I just hope I don't regret it when it arrives. I think I just broke my wallet, but I see, Keith, you have it behind you.
And I can tell you now, you are not going to regret it. It is going to be one of the crown jewels of your collection. It's extraordinary.
So he said he's pre-ordered it. Does that mean they're re-releasing it again, or
they must be re-releasing it? I presume that's what it is. But yeah, don't ever doubt your purchases, my friend. You're getting something great there.
Before I get on to Itchy's comment, he elaborates. Minhajul elaborates. I really hope I haven't made a grave mistake, guys. I do have all of them individually on Blu-ray and the recent titles on 4K, but I want all of them on 4K as I want them at the best quality.
I can tell you now, I have, before I even bought that box set, I had all of them on 3D up from Thor. From Thor upwards, I had all of them in 3D. I had them all individually on 4K, and I still bought that box set. You're not going to regret it.
He says, what's your guys' thoughts on the Amazon collector's set? I don't own it, so I can't comment.
It's look, it's a phenomenal set. Like I said, you will treat it as a crown jewel. It's not my crown jewel, but it's definitely up there. I did do a recent battle. I put that up against the Hitchcock box set that I had, and I did say in that video that I did prefer the Hitchcock box set over it. But not taking anything away from it. What a set! You are getting something there.
Unfortunately, that's a video I missed. Unfortunately, Keith.
No, don't worry about that. No problem at all. Hitchcock. Well, I didn't announce it yet, but Hitchcock won that one anyway by a mile.
I need to go back and watch that video because I don't think I've seen I don't think you've gone in depth on that set before, so I'd like to see what that's like.
You know something, Jason? I'm not going to lie. I actually didn't do it in that video either.
Oh,
it'll go on way too long. It was it's too big.
That's fair. That's fair. Itchy says 88 Films 2K restorations are better than most 4K restorations from other studios. Yeah, I said it.
He's actually dead right. He's absolutely right. I actually watched. I just watched Popcorn, the film, in I think it's an early '90s slasher movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen it about.
And the fucking quality is unbelievable on it. It really, really is. And there was something else. I had Terror Train, Bad Dreams. They all look fantastic.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh yeah. So many films people are recommending that I've just never seen.
Right.
It's shocking. Martin McBurney says, "Have either of you seen 10 Rillington Place? Richard Attenborough gives one of the most creepiest performances I've ever seen." Yeah, not seen it.
No. And you know something? It does ring a bell with me a bit. 10 Rillington Place. It does. I'm not. Again, I've never seen it, but I think I might have heard of
it. Itchy says he makes a fair point. I think. But yeah, he says, I get them only about releasing the same thing, but have you ever thought of the fact that there are people who didn't get the previous limited edition?
There you go.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
But usually the standard edition tends to be available quite regularly.
The only thing I want to say, yeah, there is a standard, right? But then, like you said, people might want to limit it.
Yeah.
But it does seem like nowadays a lot of Arrow's limited stuff doesn't sell out anymore. They used to. I just don't think they sell out anymore. So I don't think that's an issue. Like I think that True Romance, I think you can buy it anywhere now. That the recent one they brought.
Over like I think it was like the end of August. I think you had True Romance and June, and I think you still can buy those quite regularly available.
Yeah. But I get that. No, he does make a good point, though. That is a good point. Yeah. But it's still. Look, you know, he made a fair point, but don't for 1 second think that that's what Arrow Video are thinking, because they're fucking not. You know, they're not. I still think they're lazy and it's a cash grab. Yeah.
It's like people ask the question, "Oh, are Criteria going to go into the 4K game?" And we, when I was on Platino Guy's stream, we had a chat about that with John, and John was like, "If they do, they're going to be the most expensive 4Ks on the market." He's not wrong. And are they just going to basically re-release their whole catalog in 4K, or would that be too much of a tall order for them?
Yeah. I don't get it, to be honest. I really don't understand why these are demanding so much money. I don't get like Studio Canal are bringing out some of the best transfers at the moment when it comes to 4K, and even at our best box sets, like the likes of that Outsiders that I recently purchased, like £42 you can get it for now, and you get so much in it. And I'm not quite sure why these companies are asking for so much money for, let's face it, a very standard looking 4K release, even though the transfers on them probably are fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I've never really gotten onto the Criterion kind of bandwagon. I do have a couple of Criterion, but it's exactly what you expect they're going to be. I've got my DVD Criterion of Godzilla 1954, and I've got the Godzilla Showa collection.
Right.
On Criterion. I just feel like the titles they put out, there's nothing I want.
I don't own a single Criterion movie in my collection. I don't. So I can't really say a whole lot about them.
And there's some with that Showa collection, the Godzilla collection they put out. Like, I'm on the Godzilla fan group, and there's a lot of people saying, bear in mind, it's been out for 2 years, I think 2 years. And a lot of day one collectors are saying the glue is failing at this point.
Oh, are you serious?
So now, basically, it's damaging the discs inside, because the discs are in this little slit.
Yeah.
These little slits. Thing is, I immediately try to find a way to transition my all the discs into their separate Blu-ray cases, which I've done.
Okay.
With artwork for them.
Okay.
And mine. So the book thing is more of a display piece now than anything else.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, so that's quite scary to think that these people that don't have the means of getting their own cases for these discs.
I know.
Some of them, they're going to get damaged.
Yeah.
It's weird because I do kind of talk about Criterion being expensive, and like that is a big quality issue that is going to be. They should maybe.
Yeah, it's not good to hear that. When you hear the money that people spend on these things, and to be already kind of like you said, it's already starting to wear away after 2 years. It's not good.
Yeah. But I'm a sucker for it. If they ever get the rust, if they put out that Heisei era, fuck me, I'm buying that.
Well, no, absolutely. No, I get that.
I don't think they ever will, but Toho's got a stranglehold on the Godzilla stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. AK Movies in the chat. Hello, AK Movies. Welcome to the stream. Hi guys, good evening. How are you doing, Jason? And how's Sophie doing? Hope she gets well soon. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. She's just chilling out on the bed at the moment, watching some stuff. But yeah, she's been a bit ill, but she's I think she'll be all right. I'm looking after her, so it's all good. AK also says, "What's your favorite movie you have purchased and be proud of having that film?" Favorite movie I've purchased. See, I could be boring and say my favorite film of all time, but that's boring.
Wow, I
don't know. That's hard.
There's so many.
I'm proud of owning. So there's some editions that I'm so happy I have.
Yeah,
the Arrow Gamera collector's edition, for example, is such an awesome set. It's massive.
I honestly could not answer that question. There are so many. There are so many. Like I actually love every single edition of Halloween that I own. You know what I mean? It's and that's just one movie. It's there's too many.
I'm probably when it comes to proud of because I about 2 years ago I decided to collect the Godzilla VHS movies on VHS, and I have all of the ones you can get, and I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of actually look, VHS Godzilla on VHS.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of actually having a collection like that.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I can't. That's that one. It's too hard. No, definitely not. I could never single out one movie like that.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I could be, like I said, I could be boring and say, "Oh yeah, my 4 versions of Godzilla 1954."
Yeah, I could turn around and say, The Thing, and getting on Studio Canal's release or Universal, sorry. But it's I don't know. It's weird. I feel happy about everything I buy, good or bad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when I watched your old review, I'm just like,
the minute I said good or bad, I just said in my head, now Jason's going to bring up old.
Yeah, I watched your old review, and I'm just like, I think I watched it with Soph, and you take it off the shelf, you put it on the tray, you put the tray, you put it back in the case, you put it in the bin, and I'm like, but he's going to keep that though, isn't he? He hated it. It's deplorable. It's deplorable, is it? But he's going to keep it, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to keep it.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
Keith, I would love that Steelbook because I actually like that film. Give me it now. Give it to me. Someone's going to take that out of context now.
I keep my bad films because just because it's bad to me, it doesn't mean it's going to be bad for someone else. Yeah, that maybe comes in someday and and sees it there and wants to look at it. So that's the way I look at it.
I mean, I kind of agree with a lot of your points in your review, funny enough. But I was able to put that kind of stuff aside and just enjoy what it did.
Jason, there's one thing I find very hard to put aside, and it's acting.
That's fair.
If now, I'm not saying something because, like I said, Halloween is one of my favorite movies of all time, and you see some of the acting and that it's not too great. But this movie, the minute they fucking spoke the first line in this movie, I just looked at Ellen and went, "What the fuck is this?" I think it was just Amateur Town. I couldn't believe it. It was the most shocking acting I've ever seen in a movie on an 18 million budget. It was baffling, absolutely baffling, and I could not relate or give two shits about anyone in that movie. And I'm not even going to. Don't even get me started. I didn't even talk about the ending in that video, and I should have. It was the most. It was the most terrible attempt of a twist I've ever seen on a movie like that. M. Night Shyamalan. Jesus Christ! I don't know what it is with him. He just. I don't know. He thinks he has these clever stories, and they're just. I don't know what it is with them. They're just very run of the mill.
I feel like I don't know if you may agree with this or not, but I feel like because he cut his teeth on having this like the twists in these movies, in these early movies like Unbreakable, Sixth Sense, The Village, you know, those movies. Yeah. Because he cut his teeth on that and he became known as the twist guy. I feel like he's stuck in his own shadow as the twist guy.
Yeah.
Like he can't make his own movie without a twist.
Yes. No, you're absolutely 100% right there. That's exactly what he's in a rut that he can't get out of now. You know, someone summed it up in that video. Someone left a comment on it and turned around talking about a man that just could never live up to his first movie. And that is true. And all that, because in my opinion, he never came remotely close to what he done with Sixth Sense. None of them came anywhere close. Unbreakable was good. I enjoyed Signs. Unbreakable
was my favorite that I've seen of his film.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fan. I love that film. I think it's fantastic.
He's gone so poor now. Like the Glass, that film that he brought out, Glass, terrible. What a terrible movie. The Visage, god awful. He's just making some bad movies. But I still maintain what I said about him in that video. He's like Marmite. You're either going to love what he does or you're going to hate it. There is no middle ground with M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, because I like to write a little mini review on Facebook after I've watched a film.
Yeah,
especially if it's a newish film, right? I watched Old. Obviously, like I enjoyed it more than you did. That's a definite thing.
Yeah,
but I understand everyone's critique. I understand the shortcoming. I understand what people didn't like. I totally get it. I just said in my little mini kind of like write up of it, this film will either intrigue or it will annoy. There is no middle ground. There's no middle ground. You're either going to be intrigued like I was from start to finish, or you're going to be just pissed off with the whole film from start to finish.
The bit that made me, I looked at Ellen and I came so close to knocking it off. Was the bit where the two running out of the tent. Do you remember? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ruin it for anyone in case anyone's not seen it.
Yeah.
But you know the scene I'm talking about. And I went, are they seriously talking about what I think they're talking about? And all that. Is this actually happened? And why has it happened? And all that. It makes no sense.
I will say, the thing I like the big when we're talking about like, I'm not going to get into spoilers because it's not fair, but like there's things that happen in that movie. Even like, bear in mind, I enjoyed it. I would watch it again, right? Just put it out there. I enjoyed this movie for what it was. It's a 6 out of 10 film that I had a good time with. There's sequences in this film that should be way more horrific than they actually are presented. Do you get what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. That scene now, I'm just talking about. I was in tears laughing. I was in tears because I could not believe that they actually done that. It's crazy. I just looked at Ellen and I went, "Did that really just happen?" It was wow. And someone did leave a comment on my video and said, "Am I the only one that laughed at that certain scene?" And I was like, "No." I laughed and I nearly came close to knocking it off after it as well. It was
It's so weird where I've seen so many different opinions. Yeah, I've seen people saying it's an unintentional comedy. Like you said, you found it funny, right?
Yeah.
I didn't find it funny. That's the thing. Like completely different perspectives here.
But I'm weird, Jason.
Like, funny? This isn't funny.
I find things that, like, have you seen that film, The Mist?
I love that movie.
I love the movie as well. I think it's a great movie. I broke my arse laughing at the end of that movie because I just felt, how can someone be that unlucky? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was actually was in the cinema, and I think Ellen looked at me and nudged me and said, "Stop fucking laughing." And that she,
mate, like that ending is fucking horrific though. Holy shit! Yeah, I don't want to say what it is because I know there's people that probably haven't seen it. But mate, what an ending!
Wow.
I forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream when I asked what you watched recently, mate. Damn, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. Godzilla 1954 on the big screen.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
4K restoration.
Unbelievable.
Oh, what an experience, man!
I well believe it. Look, they were never going to half-ass that, Jason. It was all look great. It was. Mate,
this film has never looked so good. Like
right.
There are some sequences where it looked a bit soft.
Oh, that's.
But I mean, what can you do? It's 1954. What are you going to do? You know. And the big surprise for me is Sophie really enjoyed it.
Oh wow!
I wasn't sure how she was going to take it,
right?
Because it is in black and white. It is Japanese with subtitles. It is like it's 67 years old. It's an old film.
Yeah, absolutely.
She really enjoyed it, which I'm really happy about. And she wants to watch more of them now. So
good.
It's all good for me. But
very good.
Yeah,
you get to watch them now again more.
Yeah, what an experience for me.
Like, that's good. That's good. I knew you'd like that.
Yeah, it was great. Like just the idea of not just the 4K restoration was a bonus, but just to see my favorite film on the big screen.
Yeah.
And the theater we went to was a BFI cinema in London. And because Godzilla 1954 is in 4:3, they got the widescreen screen.
Right.
They got curtains to come across to hide the rest of the screen to keep it snug in the 4:3.
Ah, very good. That's good. Right, that's very good.
Such a great experience.
Oh, great! That's good. I knew, like I said, I knew you would like it.
Yeah, that film it has aged in areas because it's gonna, of course, right? Of course. But I still think it's a masterclass. For me, it's the monster film. It will always be the monster film.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond the monster film. There's so much subtext and about nuclear power and the atomic bombing of Japan and Hiroshima and stuff like that. There's so much subtext to that film. It goes beyond the monster film. And I just think it's just a master. It's my favorite film from the 50s. Like obviously,
yeah, absolutely.
If they ever bring that over to Ireland, Keith, in any of your theaters, I urge you to go and see it, mate.
Are you fucking kidding, Jason? We're fucking lucky to have cinemas over here. Never mind them bringing
okay.
over here.
Well, I don't know. I don't live there, do I? I don't know.
We were lucky. We were lucky to get Ghostbusters Afterlife over here.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry, Keith. I didn't realise Ireland was a third world country. I do apologise.
Wow. I'm the biggest fucking cinema in Ireland.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, wow, what an experience that was. Godzilla. If anyone hasn't seen Godzilla 1954, just, like it or hate it, just give it a shot. Because it's a landmark film. Moving on, AK Movie says, I have never seen any Tremors movies. The first one's great.
First one's fantastic. Second one was enjoyable. Then anything after that, forget it.
I don't think I've seen anything after the second one, if I'm honest.
No, none of them come remotely close to the first one. They don't. So so I wouldn't bother. Just maybe the first two.
Yeah, I tell you this though. The first one, I always say this. The first one's got my favorite use of "fuck you" ever. Fuck you!
Kevin Bacon's great in that movie.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's fucking great in that movie.
I was really surprised he didn't come back for the sequel, but I suppose you.
But he did come. He fucking came back. Remember that they released a trailer for the TV series, and he was back in it.
Oh wow!
And the fucking studio didn't pick it up.
Oh
yeah.
So there's a TV series that exists that hasn't been released. You mean?
I think they must have made a pilot. I presume they made a pilot episode. And okay. Yeah, they put out a trailer based on that pilot. You can actually see it on YouTube, and it looked great. But yeah, the studio never picked it up.
Oh, that sucks.
So we're not getting it.
It's a shame. There's probably loads of shows like that die on that.
Beverly Hills Cop as well. They've done the same thing with Beverly Hills Cop. Apparently, they've done a pilot episode, and the studio didn't pick it up. Oh. And that's always, I say it happens a lot.
Yeah, it probably does.
Yeah.
That's why they do a pilot, didn't they? To test, to test the interest and stuff. AK Movies also says, he's talking to something else. Sorry, he says, I also remember Broken Arrow. Not seen it in a very long time. I've not seen True Romance.
Yeah, Broken Arrow is such a great. I think John Travolta in that movie is just fucking badass. He's such a great villain in that movie.
I've not seen it in a while. Not seen it in a while.
It's a great movie. Great movie.
Is there a physical of it? Is there a readily available physical?
Oh, Blu-ray, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I need to pick it up. Brett says, a Christian Slater picture I like is called River Murders with Ray Liotta. All Ray Liotta's exes are murdered, and Ray Liotta is accused of the murders. Oh, okay.
Okay. Again, I never heard of it. Never heard of it now.
That sounds like my kind of thing, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Itchy says this is about the audio. I wondered why it sounded so crap. Yeah, it's because I was using it's because I was using my webcam microphone.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Impossible says the bathroom scene in The Poltergeist, the hands used to pull the facial flesh off the actor's face was none other than Steven Spielberg's hands.
Right. Oh, very good. Very good. I didn't actually know that myself.
That scene is horrific, though. And like that film came out as like what, parental guidance? Like
12. Was it something like 12 PG-12 or something? I can't remember what it was, but
like PG-13, I think.
Something yeah.
No, I don't think a PG-13 existed then, because I think films like Gremlins, Temple of Doom, and Poltergeist kind of created the PG-13 rating in America.
I'm just looking to see if I can actually see it though. It's actually the Blu-ray. I'm just looking at it there. It's 15s on the Blu-ray.
Okay, maybe it was re-rated in the UK. Maybe
it could be.
I've noticed films get re-rated quite a lot, because I remember the Terminator when I was a kid being an 18, and I had a VHS that was an 18 rated. Now, if you buy the Blu-ray, it's a 15.
50, yeah. No, that's right.
So I reckon they get re-evaluated.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Because obviously, like, your society changes and all that, doesn't it? So,
of course. Yeah, of course.
What was seen as quite, adult and obscene back then is not so much now.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what a film I watched that you recommended that I didn't like.
Oh, really?
You're going to be shocked with this one. Me and Sophie watched it. Invisible Man.
You didn't like it, did you not?
No, I didn't do anything for me, man. Like,
wow.
I felt it was. I liked the idea of, like, I won't go into it because it's spoilers, but I liked the idea of what was going on with it, but it's just it took too long to get there for me.
Okay.
And I just didn't really do much. I felt quite underwhelmed.
It's one of the films, like I said. I think I said it in the video there recently. I hope they leave it alone. I don't want to see a sequel to it, and I would rather that they leave it alone.
Yeah, I don't see there being one, really.
Apparently, it's happening.
Oh, okay.
It is. I'm like you. I didn't see it at the end of it. I was I think it's wrapped now. I don't think you need to do any more with this. Leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that, so, but of course, anything, like I said in the video, anything that does well in the box office, these studios instantly demand sequels.
Yeah. Sometimes I know it sounds really horrible to say, but I don't think Malignant did very well, like you were saying.
Yeah, bombed.
In theaters.
Yeah.
I don't think Last Night in Soho did very well because when I went and saw it, they already cut it down to one showing a day.
Right.
I don't think you can see it in theaters anymore.
It's very hard.
But those films, they need to be one and done. Would I watch a sequel to Malignant? Hell fucking yeah. Does it need one? No.
No, it definitely won't happen now, just. But you see, the thing is, you don't know. It's hard now because of the way things are with cinema at the moment, with movies at the moment, because people still are not going out to cinemas. You can clearly see it in the box office. I think there's only 2 films this year domestically in America crossed 200 million, where any normal year you'd probably get at least 7 or 8 movies that would cross.
Godzilla versus Kong did gangbusters, didn't it? It did really well.
It did. Oh yes, that did it incredibly well. And it actually turned a profit and everything. And that was released through the thick of it all. Like it was really. It was when COVID was at its worst.
But I think in America, theaters, that was one of the first films to be shown in theaters when theaters just reopened in America.
Yeah.
So I guess people just and it's Godzilla, so people kind of just rush to the theaters to see it, maybe.
Yeah. And you can clearly see it even with the Marvel movies. You know, like whenever Marvel film came out, chances are it always grows around 500-600 million worldwide. Now you can see what Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, I think that's crossed around 400 million. Black Widow didn't even make 400 million. The internals, that's definitely not going to make 400 million. It's just no one's going out to the cinemas at the moment. There's still people frightened.
It makes me worry about Ghostbusters a little bit.
God, no, Jason. Ghostbusters has nothing to worry about.
Oh, okay.
No, because
it's only because when me and Soph went to see it, there was literally 6 people in the theater.
Yeah, it exceeded expectations when it got released. I think the studios were forecasting a 30 million weekend opener for it. It made 44, and it has no competition until Spider-Man comes out.
Oh, okay.
So they reckon it's going to do well during the holiday season.
So, yeah, I think I saw that I forget what you call the people that predict the domestic. I forget what they called it, but whatever that is called in America, they've predicted that it's well on its way to get 100 million quite quickly.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they're reckon that there's a chance that it actually might outgross that 2016 movie, which would be a phenomenal achievement.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I'm really hoping that does really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Sophie says Christian Slater may be added to the list alongside Matthew Lillard.
I had a feeling she was going to say that.
she's there going like that. I'm like,
you're slowly getting replaced.
Dangerous Chris says, any of you seen Les Samurai? It's basically the inspiration for John Woo's The Killer. Is out 7th of December by Criterion. There's also a film called Ghost Dog, Where the Samurai, which is kind of a similar movie. I've heard of Ghost Dog.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I heard about it. I've never seen it.
What's his name? Is that got what's his name? Whitaker. What's his name?
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest. Is he in that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on myself.
I could be wrong there, but maybe I'm right. I don't know. Ramhammer says, I'm knackered, mate. 9 to 5 shift at the office, then a shift at a bar. Hey, Fraser, you working 2 jobs now? That's mental if you are. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy, man. Dr. Impossible says, can you recommend a good Dolly Parton film? No, that's the challenge. I'm out.
No, I'm definitely out.
I'm out.
Absolutely not. That's definitely not my forte, if I'm being totally honest.
We're getting into comments about crying at a film. Ramhammer, he says, man, the last 30 minutes of Return of the King get me every time. I'm usually fine by the point the boat sails off to Valinor. But fuck, when that Annie Lennox song starts, I'm gone again.
It's always when the song starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That actually is. He's right. That had me. That had me big time as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is the bit in that film where the hobbits kneel to Aragorn? And he goes,
yeah.
He goes, you kneel, my friends, you kneel to no one. That's the bit that gets me. Yeah.
I'm the same with that as well. Yeah.
Platano guy says, I shed a tear at the trailer for Force Awakens. Now I just cry at the new trilogy for all the wrong reasons. Oh, that's gotta be comment of the stream, I think. Comment of the stream.
Wow.
I might just cry it. I might just cry at the accuracy of that comment.
Brilliant.
You know that scene in the original Star Wars where he goes, I felt a terrible disturbance in the Force, like a thousand lives cried out in terror. That's all the Star Wars plans at the new trilogy.
That was them predicting the future,
yeah. Oh my god. Man, that fucking original trilogy is still great. It's still the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brett says, crying is powerful, expressing true emotions, regardless of who's around or where you are, is true strength. It's not a weakness. Be proud and never be ashamed. It's a group thing.
Absolutely.
I read a really great it's also like a motivational quote. You know, it's like crying isn't a weakness. Crying is a sign of someone being strong for far too long or something like that. It was similar to that. Like holding it together, being strong and holding it together until you can't anymore.
Yeah. I'll tell you one short way. I always find it, if I'm up for just a good cry, the best way to do it is to go onto YouTube and type in "when soldiers come home."
Oh no!
Every time I watch any of them videos when soldiers come home,
there's this fucking like really horrible. It's not. I say it's horrible because it's about someone losing their dad. It fucking kills me watching it. It's his kid. He's like 14, and his dad's in the army, and he was killed. He was killed on duty, and it's about this commander coming in and giving him his dad wrote a letter to his son.
Right,
and he's reading it, and it's fucking just kills me.
Yeah.
It's fucking yeah. And you know who showed me that video?
Oh,
my mum. And maybe like a month after my dad passed away, I was like, Mum, why are you showing me this? God, why?
Yeah,
Absolutely killed me. It's really hard at the moment for me to see my dad in anything because it just absolutely just breaks me.
It'll get easier, Jason, in time.
So, like, for example, there's a video of my nephew when he was about 1 year old screaming up the stairs for me, going, "Jaja!" And it's hilarious. But we didn't know in that video, my mum follows him into the front room. My dad's laying on the settee, and my dad goes, "Are you shouting out for JJ? Are you shouting?" And I literally I was gone immediately. Him speaking, it just killed me. Yeah,
I know. I get that. No, I get that.
I'm finding that hard at the moment. Like seeing him talking in videos, that kind of kills me a bit.
It'll get better, Jason, in time.
And like I said, anything to do with like people losing their parents in films, that kind of really gets me, hits me hard now. Lachlan Ashton. Lachlan, we haven't heard from you in a while, mate. Thanks for joining the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you're doing well. We have Jake Talks Movies. Hello, Jake. Thanks for joining the stream, my dude.
Thank you.
How's it going? It's going good. It's been a really good stream so far. Really enjoying it.
Absolutely.
We're on the 2.5 hour mark.
Wow.
So, how long do we have left? How long do we have left, Keith?
Oh, we'll see. And so, Sophie's there in the background holding the
No, she's literally looking at me going. We are planning to watch Howard the Duck.
Wow! Okay, very good.
I love that film. It's awful, but it's great.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so bad, but it's good. It's got Leigh Thompson. Who doesn't love Leigh Thompson? Come on.
Right.
Yes, please. I mean, not today's Leigh Thompson. I mean, when she was actually young.
Yeah.
Oh, you shut up, you. She's erring me. Dr. Impossible says Dr. Impossible says, just thinking about the Dolly Parton comment, try this. Dolly Parton with Sylvester Stallone in Rhinestone. What a combination. Street smart, very underrated, good choice.
Right, okay.
Coolio. Right, I'm gonna have to go on a toilet break. I'll be back.
Absolutely. Actually, I'm gonna go off and get a drink myself. Actually.
Sophie asked, "Do you want her to sing for everyone?"
Oh, absolutely, please. Ellen, you in there, babe? Ellen.
We've all gone toilet breaks. Oh my god. I'm gonna carry on while Keith's not here. Ichi says about the Arrow 4K releases. I understand Keith being annoyed about it. It would be nice if they'd release a standard release at the same time as a limited edition for people who already have that. I think you'll eventually get the standard edition, as far as I'm aware. They eventually put it out at some point, because I think they've done it with the Battle Royale 4K. They put out a nice box set for Battle Royale, and now I think we're getting a standard 4K for Battle Royale. I think. Don't hold me to it. Sorry guys, I'm just looking on the Arrow Christmas sale because of course I am waiting while Keith gets back, because the next comment is for Keith.
Yeah.
And he returns. The Keith man returns. Yeah. So Ichi was saying about he understands you being annoyed about the 4K releases. Would be nice if they release a standard release at the same time as limited edition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thing is, they won't because they don't do that because they won't maximize their sales for the limited edition, right?
There you go. That's it.
And I was explaining about you got the Battle Royale box set, and now we are getting a standard 4K of Battle Royale from Arrow.
Yeah, you see, they always fucking wait to do. Where, like I said, I was just going on about Studio Canal. They brought out a deluxe edition of The Outsiders on 4K, but they also brought out a standard release on the same day. So it's so I don't know what their excuse is and why they don't do it.
Yeah, it's weird. Thing is, though, isn't like Indicator the same? They'll bring out their like £25 limited edition, where I don't really know what the difference is. It's just a Scanovo case.
Yeah.
Maybe a booklet, but then they put out the standard editions later on.
Yeah,
and it's like infinitely cheaper, like $9.99.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's so many editions out there. There's so many films out there. See, when they start doing this, it does tell me that they're running out of movies. That they don't have anything to remaster or bring out. I think they're struggling. I think they're really struggling.
Yeah, maybe. I just want Arrow to get Critters. You know, it probably won't sell gangbusters, but I'll be happy.
Yeah, they're bringing limited set out, and I'm sure it'll sell out. There's no question. The house box set sold out. Why wouldn't Critters?
Yeah. Apparently, the Scream Factory Critters set in America is sold out. You can't get that out of print.
Yeah. And you can't even get even the Spanish one is hard to get.
I was quite thankful. I got mine earlier in the year.
Yeah. I think that's sold out as well. Funny enough.
Yeah. It's a very bare bones release though. The Spanish Blu-rays.
But like it's something, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can tell it's definitely been given the treatment. The Blu-ray.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It looks good on Blu-ray. Itchy says, Keith, I've started with Shout Factory's Halloween. Are you proud of me?
Hey, I got it, didn't he? I started very good. Happy day. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did, even though I still maintain that Halloween is probably the worst transfer out of the 5, just for the simple reason that it didn't really improve on the previous 4K release. But it still looked incredible.
I thought, because I watched Alan Scouser's unboxing of those. I think he got the first 3, and just the way they're presented with the slip box is gorgeous. Like I think it looks fantastic.
Lovely hard slip box. I still to this day I still hate the artwork on them. I don't like them at all. I do like the hard boxes. That they're great and they do look lovely together when they're in your shelves. And thankfully, I was just told they're bringing out the other 5 now, apparently. Next year, apparently. So that's going to be
that as well.
Yeah, so that's going to be great to kind of complete that collection.
Does that include the Rob Zombie films or not?
Yeah.
It does. Okay.
Yeah. You know I'm going to buy it.
I mean, that's good because at least finally we're going to, it's actually really cool. Actually, these Halloween 4Ks. I mean, it's not cool for me because they're sold out. I can't get them, bastards. I waited too long, but because we spoke about this last time, where you only get one of the franchise in 4K, and the rest will just be a repackaged Blu-ray set.
Yeah,
it's nice. Yeah. It's nice that Halloween fans are able to get the whole franchise pretty much on 4K.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's everyone still thinks that Scream Factory they're planning to bring out the next 5 and then they're going to bring out a deluxe box set. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to bring these out and then they're going to leave it alone.
Because if that was going to happen, I would have thought it would be the other way around: deluxe box set and then individual.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but could you imagine what a 10 disc box set of a 4K? A 10 disc 4K box set of Halloween. How much would that cost? It's going to cost. It'll be mad.
Well, Well, they're going for about brand new. What, $35?
Yeah,
$40?
there were Jesus. What did I pay for mine, Jason? I actually can't even remember. I think I paid maybe 120, 130 euro for the 5 of them, something like that. I can't remember what it was. They were expensive.
Yeah. Because I was looking on eBay, but eBay, they're like, you're looking at like 90 to 100 quid each now on eBay for them, which is way more.
I got torn asunder there again. I think I might have said this before, but I bought the deluxe editions of them.
Yeah.
And someone just tore me asunder, and it just did not get why I bought them. So he just kind of went, you bought the standard releases and then you bought the deluxe sets. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, why? I was like, because it's fucking, I love Halloween and all that. I will buy anything that's fucking Halloween. And he was just bemused by it and all that. So, yeah, it happens, unfortunately.
It's like asking a football fan why they've got like 7 sets of their favorite football team's jerseys.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same. It's the same thing, right? I know, you know, football. It's actually just quite a good analogy because obviously the football team kits they change over time. But so you know, there's not. I bet all your Halloween releases are unique releases.
Yeah, they are
different. Yeah. So
and even if they weren't unique, like, don't fucking tell me how I can spend my fucking money.
Of course.
You know,
Definitely,
I'll fucking buy whatever I want to buy and fucking deal with it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You know, like people, I just think people are just like, you know, I wanted that, I can't get it, you have it, so now I'm upset. Maybe.
Yeah. Like, actually, now that I think of it, is it Bresh that oh my god, I can't think of the name of it. He left a few comments on it. Was that fellow named Brett? You said
Walk Along the West Believe, that guy.
Yeah, Brett.
Brett,
He actually, I mentioned that about the Halloween, that fella leaving that comment, and he actually did go onto my channel and fucking question your man. He was like, why just leave him fucking alone? He was basically saying, you know, what he buys is. And he tried to defend. He tried to, like, the fella that left the comment. He tried to basically say, "Look, I asked him a question." And I was like, "You didn't ask me a question. You were bemused by why I done it. You were trying to make a statement. He wasn't asking me a question." And I have to admit, now, Brett, come on there, and I appreciate that he left a comment saying that he just kind of said, "Look, whatever what he does with his own money, like what he does with, you know, what he buys is what he buys, and it's none of your business. Why are you being so forceful?" And all that, and yeah, he was just being a bit of a fucking dick. He was, yeah. So I appreciate that, Brett. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Right. We could get up to that 3-hour mark, so I really want to get through some of these comments a bit quicker.
Absolutely. That's true.
Minhaj Jules says, Jason and Keith, have you seen the Arrow exclusive for Harry Potter the train set? Unbelievable. It's quite nice, but I may not get it as I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan.
Yeah,
I've seen it. It looks cool, but I have no context for it because I've never seen a Harry Potter film.
Right. I didn't buy it because I have I think I actually own 4. I own 3 deluxe editions of the Harry Potter franchises. I'm not going to buy a 4th one. I'm done there. It's enough's enough.
Yeah. That's fair. AK Movie says, Keith, what's your favorite actors in the 90s, and who's your favorite actor, hero of all time, action hero of all time, that you loved and enjoyed, Keith?
My favorite 90s actor. Wow, that's a good one. I can tell you my favorite action actor, I suppose, it'd have to be Harrison Ford. You know, he really does stick out for me. And he's definitely a fucking hero of mine. Love everything that he's done. You know, the Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
As for a 90s actor, wow. That's 90s. Oh, I'd have to really think of that one.
So it's weird. It's weird. I just thought about 90s actors, and for some reason, Sam Neill popped in my head. I don't know why. Just Sam Neill just popped in my head. Sam Neill's great. He's Event Horizon. He's fucking awesome. Jurassic Park.
That's actually not a bad one, Jason. Jurassic Park. You had In the Mountain Madness.
Bicentennial Man.
That's actually not. That's actually a good one. That's actually a great answer, that one. Because it's weird because when he actually said that 90s, I don't know why, but Samuel Jackson came into my head. Now I know Samuel Jackson was in the 80s, but he really started making noise in the 90s.
Yeah,
Jurassic Park,
Fiction.
Yeah. So that was kind of the first thing that jumped into my head. It was. So that's actually a good question. 90s.
I'm not saying Sam Neill's my favorite actor from the 90s, but it's the first guy to really pop up that I could, that popped in my head.
Like, does it feel like you can see him say Will Smith, I suppose, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It's there's a few out there.
Yeah, Independence Day, Men in Black.
Yeah, Bad Boys.
Yeah, Bad Boys. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a really good question, man.
Mm.
Good question. Andy says, "Thanks for the kind words, guys. Means a lot. No problem, man.
No problem at all, Andy.
Just keep being awesome. It's all good." Minho Jewel says, "Are you ready for Spider-Man: No Way Home? Fingers crossed. Toby and Andrew reprise their roles as Spider-Man." I would laugh. I'm sorry, but I'm one of those guys where I would laugh out loud if they're not in it. I would laugh. I would howl at the moon if they're not in it. I would laugh my head off.
To be honest, I just want this film to come out now, Jason, because I'm sick of going onto YouTube and seeing people's and their conspiracy theories about this. Just wait till the fucking movie comes out, please, and shut the fuck up and all that. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this? And the weird thing is, if they found out about it, they'd be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, it's spoiled on me." It's just shut the fuck up and wait till the movie comes out.
Right, I'm going to explain to you why. That's another reason why I think it'd be funny if they're not in it, because people are they're expecting it, right? They're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, to me, it's just another reason. It's just another. This to me, if they're in it, this whole multiverse thing it's just another way for Disney and Marvel to bury Tom Holland as Spider-Man, because they haven't really given him really time to really, shine, in my opinion. I thought Homecoming was forgettable. I thought Far From Home was better, but in Homecoming, they used Iron Man to be like kind of like, he's Iron Man's little kind of pet project, I suppose. Right. And then in Far From Home, he's still in the shadow of Iron Man because he's got this whole device, blah blah. I just want a Tom Holland Spider-Man film where he can just be Spider-Man for once. You haven't had that yet.
I don't think it's anything to worry about, even if these two boys are back in it, because to be honest, I can't imagine there's too much of I wouldn't imagine there'd be too much of a campaign to get Andrew Garfield back in as Spider-Man. Even though I didn't think he did a whole lot wrong, I thought he was quite decent.
Yeah.
And look, Tobey Maguire is never coming back. Simple. Look, it's even if he is in this movie, it's just never going to happen. It's just he's not going to come back. Simple as.
The problem I have with the hype for this film is that I feel like people are only hyped about this film because of the prospect of Tobey Maguire coming back as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what everyone is. Well, no, not just that, but I think there is a genuine amount of hype, Jason, as well, to see Doc Ock back and William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. Yeah. There is a lot of hype there for them too, boys.
But my point is that I feel like the hype has been generated based on just nostalgia. I've heard no one go, "I'm hyped to see where this story goes. The story sounds amazing." No, I've heard no hype about the narrative here. It's all about, I remember that character. I remember that character from the early 2000s. Oh, Tobey Maguire. It seems to be all nostalgia.
This film's, this whole multiverse thing is a tricky thing, because if you start this whole multiverse thing, then technically we can start talking about Iron Man coming back into them and Captain America, because and that's what frightens me with these things. But look, I'm very excited, and I'm not excited. I'm not excited. Like, I don't really care. I am excited for the nostalgic what they're doing with this movie. Because like I was the same with Ghostbusters Afterlife, the whole nostalgic feeling of watching that movie. But I do like Tom Holland in these movies as well.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Tom Holland, me personally. But I think I get what you're trying to say. I think we start needing to get a film where he can stand alone.
Yeah, definitely,
and show us what he can do.
See, a lot of people, I know a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. I do as well. Like, I have a big, I remember going to see that film in the cinema, right? Paying my pocket money to go and see it. I come home, my dad's like, "Oh yeah, I got this." He's like, "Paying me a pirate VHS of Spider-Man." I'm like,
Wow.
I just really paid, just spent half of my pocket money going to see it. We've got it on tape. But like, I feel like I'm the only one that feels like, for me, Tom Holland is, maybe you can argue about the Spider-Man character because obviously this alter ego, but I think Tom Holland has been the best on-screen live-action Peter Parker we've ever had. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's got that innocent kid thing to him, which Peter Parker is. That's who Peter Parker is. And I don't think, to be fair, I've never liked Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker. Great Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Didn't care for him as Peter Parker.
Okay.
That's why I feel like Tom Holland is being buried in these movies, really. He's not really given that time. He's not being propped up enough.
I hope that scene that everyone keeps going on about now in the latest trailer, where it shows Spider-Man jumping and then it shows the tree, it shows Sandman, Sandman, Reptile, and Electro, is it?
Electro,
and everyone seems to think that there's two Spider-Mans digitally removed out of the scene. And I can't wait for that scene. And I actually hope that the two Spider-Man are not in it, because that will really piss people off. That will piss people off something rotten. I hope that doesn't. I'm sick of it. I'm actually, the film's not out yet. I do want to see it. I'm very anxious to see it. But I am sick of it at the moment. I'm fucking tired of hearing people talking about it. And I just wait for the movie to come out. That's all I can say. Just wait for the movie.
And you said about the nostalgia, the nostalgia of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like, I'm all about that nostalgia film as well. It had big nostalgia points. But I think my point with the Spider-Man stuff, there's a big difference.
Oh, well, there is, because
the Ghostbusters was built on the narrative of the first movie. It's built upon that. This feels like, let's just bring them back. They'll bring in loads of money. Let's bring those characters. That's to me.
Yeah, I know. I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna move on from that. Forgotten by the Movies says, "What are some of your favorite Michael Keaton movies? I really enjoyed Pacific Heights."
Great movie. What a fucking movie.
I can't see. I don't think I'm terrible with actors, man. I can't remember what I've seen, what I haven't seen. Like, when someone says Michael Keaton, I'll just say Batman, because Batman.
Yeah, and like I said, go back to Beetlejuice as well. There was a film. I thought the Birdman. Was fantastic. He had a film there. Oh God, what was it called? I can't remember. It was held in a hospital. He's a convict in it, and I think Andy Garcia is the main cop in it, and his son needs a bone marrow transplant, and apparently Michael Keaton's his bone marrow matches up with his son, and he offers to help. Michael Keaton offers to help his son out, but as they get to the hospital, he tries to escape, and it's all held in Desperate Measures. That's it. Desperate Measures.
I forget. I think I got this name of this film right. I might be wrong, but it's a really good film. The Founder. About the origins of McDonald's. It's about how McDonald's.
Oh yes, I think you're right. Yeah,
that's a really good film.
I think you're right.
Film. He's good in that, I think.
I thought he was very funny in that. What was that film with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell? The two of them. It's a buddy cop movie.
Was it The Other Guys?
The Other Guys, yeah. He's not in it much, but I thought he was very funny. He kept quoting TLC songs during it, and I thought he was very good in it. He's a great actor. He is, and it's great to see him back. Because he was gone there for so long. Actually, he had a film called White Knight, a horror movie, and that was a good movie as well.
I see it everywhere on DVD in charity shops, but I haven't got around to. I haven't never thought about picking it up. Walk On Always Believe Brett. He says, "Have you seen From Paris with Love with John Travolta? It's from the same creators of Taken. John Travolta is an absolute badass in it. I like it just as much as Taken, maybe even more. Highly recommend."
I do remember the film. I did see it. I think, as far as I remember, I think the your man that was in National Treasure that helps Nicolas Cage out, I think he's in with John Travolta in that movie. I think I remember enjoying it. I do. I can't remember much.
Why is my brain thinking? Why is my brain telling me that's a James Bond movie? What am I thinking of? Someone help me.
From Paris with From Russia with Love.
That's it. Yeah. But yeah, any film that's like that's similar to Taken and John Wick and Nobody, I'm all for those kind of films.
Oh,
so definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Min Hajul, I really hope I pronounced their name right because I say it different every time. They say, Keith and Jason, have you got the Amazon exclusive box set for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Not that I have it, but I'm after them. I've never seen the show.
No, I never seen it, and I didn't even know Amazon did an exclusive on them, to be honest, which is actually strange for me because normally I'm very good when it comes to my Amazon exclusives. But I don't actually own them.
I recently picked up the Netflix season 1 of Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Okay.
Because they're fantastic pieces of television.
I think Disney want to be a little bit careful. I think they could burn out this Marvel franchise. I think they're just bringing out. It's too much coming out at the moment. It's starting to feel a bit like Star Wars. I'm just starting to just get a little bit drained.
Yeah. I just think they feel like they've got a license to print money when it concerns Marvel.
Yeah.
It just feels that way. But I mean, sometimes I like to look at it in a kind of business sense. If you're doing a thing and that's making shit tons of money, why would you stop doing the thing?
Of course. Of course, if you put yourself in their shoes, you do the same thing yourself.
This is making billions. Why would we stop?
Yeah.
I just generally I was done with Endgame when the Endgame rolled credits. I was like, I'm good.
It's strange, Jason, because I actually have I have the Black Widow on 4K. I just recently got Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten. I haven't watched any of them yet, and I'm finding it hard to watch them. I'm finding it hard to get in the mood to watch them. Now, don't get me wrong. This time of year, the month of when we're coming into December now next week, I generally just like to watch Christmas movies during the month of December. I don't like to watch anything else. I love Christmas, and I don't want anything to kind of take me out of that kind of spirit. So I'm never that big into watching superhero movies or anything like that during the month of December. So I look at it; it'll be there for January, and hopefully I'll be a bit more in the mood to watch them.
Yeah. I've just told myself that I'm just going to skip all the TV show stuff. I just can't be asked.
Yeah, I'm the same, Jess. I'm the exact same.
I'm just done.
Yeah.
If I miss anything relevant, I've missed it. I don't care.
Yeah, I to be honest, I know for a fact that they are going to make these movies that I think that if you watch the TV shows, you might see things that you might benefit from. But they're also going to do it in a way that they're going to cater for the people that don't watch them as well. So I think
I was thinking there's no way that they're going to do massive reveals in these TV shows for future things. They can't do it because not everyone's gonna, like me. Not everyone's going to want to give Disney their money, and also, we spoke about this before, but there's so many subscription services. Everyone can't have everything.
Well, the only way I'm going to watch them is if Disney bring them out to buy, and if Disney don't bring them out to buy, I'm never going to watch them. Simple as.
Or you're going to acquire them like I did with Mandalorian, but we won't go there. Anyway, I'm sorry, right? I'm just gonna put because I can see some people in the comments, or I don't see people in the comments, but like I can see some people watching dickheads. I can see certain people watching this back on repeat and then going in the comments. Oh, that's pirated, man. I'm sorry. I refuse to give a cent to a company that is happily there filming a movie in a bloody genocidal next to a genocidal camp in China. I refuse to give money to those people. I'm sorry, but that's just where I stand with that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
I don't mean to get political, but just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah.
I mean, if Disney put out Mandalorian on Blu-ray, I'd buy it, but they haven't. So.
No, and they won't.
Yeah, I know. I know they won't, which is annoying. Minhal Jewel says, I'm a huge Marvel fan. Believe me, I am when I say this, but is Marvel Avengers any good? I was just wondering. Not seen it, man. I've not seen it.
Which one was it?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I never seen it myself. I'm like you, Jason. I just cannot get invested in any of these TV shows. I really can't.
But like I said, I started watching the Netflix shows like Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and then they were cancelled.
Yeah, so, yeah, there you go.
Which baffles me because I didn't really watch the other shows that they did.
Right.
I forget what other shows. What was the black dude? I forgot his name.
Oh,
I forgot his name.
Can't remember.
Yeah, him. I didn't watch the show with him. I didn't watch the Iron Fist guy. Is it Iron Fist?
That's not too much. That's way too much.
Yeah. AK Movie says, I love the Terminator. My favorite in the franchise, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I grew up watching this film. I'm a big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's my favorite all-time action hero.
Yeah, absolutely. No question.
Like, I don't know, like, for me, as a person, I just don't see Arnold Schwarzenegger doing any wrong. Like, I love the guy. Like, I would love to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very strange. We were only just talking about this the other day with Schwarzenegger. Because, like, I actually agree as well. Like, he's one of definitely my top favorite action stars. But I brought that question. I said it to Ellen there a couple of weeks back. And I started comparing Stallone. And I think Stallone might have had the better movies than Schwarzenegger. But I still go towards Schwarzenegger for my favorite over Stallone. But I definitely think Stallone had the better movies. I don't know how you feel about it.
I'm trying to think. Rocky, yeah. Rocky, Rambo, or First Blood, anyway.
And then you start thinking, like, Tango and Cash. Like, I was even thinking of as not even as popular. Like, even like Detox, I really enjoy by Stallone. It's a slasher movie.
Daylight, I quite like Daylight, if I'm honest.
Daylight's a great movie as well.
Yeah, Daylight's good.
It's a great movie. I love that movie.
It's funny enough. My favorite Stallone film, literally, I'm actually, people are surprised that it's top is because it used to be First Blood, right? Then I watched Cobra. Fuck me, I love Cobra.
Cobra's unbelievable. Lockup is a fucking great prison movie. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was kind of just saying to Alan, I was like, geez, you know what? Stallone had the better movies. I think he had the better. I really do think he had the better movies.
I think Schwarzenegger was probably the better personality. I think out of the two.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No, you're dead right. Absolutely.
I think Schwarzenegger was larger than life, not just in his physical physique, because he fucking was larger than life with his physical physique.
Absolutely.
But obviously, everybody's, he had a way of delivering dialogue that has become synonymous with him. Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, kill it.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Yeah, he just had a way, Or I forgot my movie's favorite quote. Put the toys back on the carpet. In the kind of cop. It's not a tumor at all. It's turbo time. Sorry.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
I'll shut up. Dr. Impossible says some studio distributors don't want to pay money to re-rate a film for DVD or Blu-ray release. I don't know how much it costs to resubmit to the BBFC. Some films stay 18 when they should be 15. That's good to know.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's interesting. I can probably I could probably get that. Probably money absolutely. To resubmit. I always find it fascinating how a film that is previously banned, what they have to go through to actually get their film basically reevaluated as uncut, because there's some films that have come out uncut that were previously banned. Like, so what do they have to do? What hurdles do they have to jump through to get their film classified uncut? I know.
It would be interesting to see something, wouldn't it? Like a documentary on it.
Yeah, because you hear all about the video nasties in the 80s, and I never hear what brought that to an end. I always hear about it beginning and why it started and what the mission statement was with the whole government and stuff. But you never hear what brought that to an end and what eventually allowed these films to come out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. Yeah, that is strange. I'd love to see something on it. I would love to see a documentary on it.
I've got those two documentaries, the Video Nasties.
The box of the band.
No, I've got like it's a 2-part documentary called The Video Nazis: A Definitive History.
Oh, okay.
I've not watched them yet though.
I need, that would actually be interesting to watch.
Yeah. AK Movie says, I love Ghostbusters, big fan of these films. I enjoyed growing up watching the real Ghostbusters cartoon TV series. I think I saw the cartoon before the film growing up as a kid.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I'm a very huge fan of Ghostbusters. I love the original movie. 2016 Ghostbusters was okay. Yeah, that's my sentiments on that. It was fine. Like, I don't.
I think it's just something that's forgettable. That's the word.
Yeah. Sophie says 9 to 5 and still Magnolious. 2 great Dolly Parton films.
Yeah. Very good.
AK Movie says it's not good. It's not good. Someone lose their father or mother. It just hurts a lot. I'm in this situation. I cry a lot when I remember. It's very painful. Yeah, hits me. It's like being like proper gut punch, but you're not getting gut punch. You're getting gut punched into the heart. So it'd be a heart punch. I don't know what I'm talking about. You get my point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brett says there's a video that makes me cry every time. I've never had a mam, so I don't know what it's like, but it's called Mark Merris Emotional Mother's Day Story. So emotional and inspiring.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep an eye for that then. I'll check it out.
Interesting. How the fuck is it 1 a.m.?
I know. Shit. Unbelievable.
So we spoke about this on Instagram, didn't we, Keith? Like, I want to do a short stream. Never gonna happen.
Yeah, never fucking happens. Never happens.
So Keith can keep you.
She said, "It's fine. Keith can keep you." Dr. Impossible said, Dolly Parton touching base with Burt Reynolds in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and Reynolds does his singing number, classic.
No, again, never. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Itchy says, watch Shout Factory's Halloween Blu-ray with the original Blu-ray color timing and the original mono. 6 more ways of watching the movie to go.
That's it. It's true. It's true. It really is. Unbelievable.
We have Clark
crazy. Different color timings and all that. You know, it's amazing.
We have Clark Teddles in the chat. Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're doing well. We're doing good, thanks.
Doing great.
Hope you're doing good.
That's right.
He says, "Wow, I think two of the piles behind Keith is still more than my collection."
And we still have this whole wall here in front of me that's full.
The thing is, I would accumulate the same kind of collection as you, Keith, if I had the space. I'm even starting to think, because I've got a whole wall full of DVDs down here.
Yeah,
you can sort of see them there in frame. Even, now I'm getting a job and I can actually start maybe get back into like proper collecting stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm actually tempted just to get rid of the DVDs in my collection, just free up space.
Right. I might be saying goodbye. Not saying goodbye, but I think with the new room, I don't think DVDs are going to go into it.
Oh, that's fair.
I think the DVDs are going to stay here. I'm going to try and. I never have my collection was never cluttered. I always utilize my space in this room. I always found clever ways of utilizing the space in this room. I don't want to have to do that now in the new room. I want it to look very classy. I do, and that's what it's shaping up to look. It's going to look very, very classy looking. And and like I said, if I do start running out of room, then I still have this room to kind of fall back into. And start. So I have two movie rooms in effect.
Yeah, I was saying to myself, because I was looking at them, I was just like, I need to make some space up, and I might just like get rid of films that I know I can get Blu-rays for. Keep the films that I know you can't get Blu-rays of.
Yeah.
And obviously my Anchor Bay collection I'm keeping. So that's the idea.
Okay. Well, the DVDs that I have in this room, I've actually already sorted out my DVDs in my collection. The DVDs that I have in this room now are films that I do not have on Blu-ray. The films that I did have on Blu-ray are now in the attic. They are, but so everything that I have a DVD in here, I just don't own any format.
I mean, all the DVDs I own, bar you can ignore the Anchor Bay stuff because I double dipped on Halloween, or quadruple dipped on Halloween on the Anchor Bay. Pretty much all of the DVDs I own you can see there, I don't have Blu-rays for.
Okay, very good. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't necessarily get rid of them, Jason, because half of them you might not be able to get on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They're surprising. Like there's films that you should expect them on Blu-ray, but you'd be surprised they're not on Blu-ray.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just looking at my collection already. And I'm looking at the DVDs, and there's one film here, one of my favorite 80s horror movies, and there was absolutely no sign of that coming out on Blu-ray. Superstition, fucking great horror movie. I think it came out in America, and it's out of print. And yeah, that's I'll always have them DVDs. I'll never get rid of
them. AK Movie says Tobey Maguire was my favorite as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man. Tom Holland, I enjoyed his Spider-Man. I'm very excited for this new Spider-Man. Sam Raimi is fantastic movies of Spider-Man. Cool, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to see it. I just wish people would stop talking about it now and just wait for it.
Dr. Impossible says, always loved Michael Keaton in two films, The Dream Team and The Paper, directed by Ron Howard.
The Paper, wow, I have not seen that film in years.
We have Stand in Silence. Hey, Jason. Hey, Peter. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Hey, Matt. How are you?
AK Movie says, yes, Tom Holland's Spider-Man I enjoyed. Yes, I agree with you, Keith. Wait for the Spider-Man new movie comes out, then people should talk about it, not bloody before its release and spoiling it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's weird because even with Ghostbusters, when Ghostbusters Afterlife, there was no talk about it. There was no one was talking about the film. No one was saying how the original boy is going to come back. There was no talk about it. This movie, it's all over YouTube. And it's just people, what I think is going to happen. And it's and 9 out of 10 times, you're all fucking wrong. Shut the fuck up and wait for the film.
Yeah, but we'll see in due course, I suppose.
I remember the time. I'll never forget. I think the worst film that Spider-Man was pretty bad for it now, but Jesus Christ, I remember when Cloverfield came out. holy shit. If you seen some of the things that I read, some of the videos that I looked at on Cloverfield, where people were saying it was the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Cloverfield. I seen a video where people were convinced it was the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I was like, where the fuck are you getting this shit from? And it's to the point now that I can't watch any of these videos anymore. It's fucking cringing to look at them.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to fess up. I was one of these. I'm guilty of doing the whole like, oh, it could be this, it could be that thing.
Yeah.
On the pre-release of Godzilla vs. Kong, I was in this Godzilla fan group, and we were just all going, "Oh, what if Godzilla is not Godzilla and it's Mecha Godzilla in disguise, like in the original '74 movie?" Like,
so was anyone right in that group?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, we're moving on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andy says, Keith, have you seen Deadfall with Nicolas Cage? It has the most over-the-top Cage performance I've ever seen.
What? Wow, that's saying something. I am definitely going to check that out. Are you kidding me? Wow. No, I have not seen it, Andy. But an over-the-top Cage performance. Isn't every film that he's in over the top? I'll definitely keep an eye. What's called Deadfall? I'll keep an eye out for
that. There's a film he was in this year that is just fucking just. I watched about 40 minutes. I was like, I took it off because I was like, this is shite.
What was it?
No, I really want to see that film. Apparently, it's good.
Yeah.
It's Ghosts, Prisoners of the Ghostland or something like that.
Yeah. No,
it was no good. It was
yeah.
Standing Silence says, very tempted on getting that insane Scanner Cop 1 and 2 set of Vinegar Syndrome sound now. Yep, I kind of want that as well, if I'm honest.
I've never heard tell of them.
Me neither. I just think the set looks nice.
Okay. See, what they're doing now. Back fucking working now. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's bad. It's going to be bad. Yeah, I didn't know it was. If it's on sale, I hope it's a good sale and not £2 off. AK Movie says Endgame may be emotional at the end of the movie. That what happened to Tony Stark as Iron Man.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a rough one. Actually, wasn't even his like the scene where the funeral at the end of it. That even was very, wow. Very, very emotional. I don't think I'm spoiling anything when I say that. Because if you haven't seen it, then you've been living under a rock or something like that. Like I don't think I know a single person that hasn't seen it. If you're going to tell me now Sophie hasn't seen it.
Iron Man's dead. Let's move on. Brett says, if you fancy a little laugh, there's a short YouTube video called Mr. Rambo's Neighborhood. Mr. Rambo's Neighborhood, and the guy in an odd way looks like Stallone. Okay,
cool. Okay, I'll check it out. What's it called? Right, okay.
Stanson says, is Leon lurking in the chat? No, I've not seen him, but do you have a weird kind of like thing for Leon, Peter? Because you always ask for him when you come on my streams. But yeah, I've not. He might be towards the end of the chat, but I've not seen him pop up yet. Standing Science says, I'm okay with Jason Brett pirating, especially if he's going to dress up like an actual pirate. Oh man, that'd be something. Can you imagine?
You have to hair for
it. Give me the Mandalorian, my hearties. No, little parrot. Mandalorian. Oh God. Oh jeez. Brett says the Marvel show with the black guy you're thinking of, it's Luke Cage. Ah, that's it. Yes.
Luke Cage. Okay.
Didn't care about his character, so I didn't watch it. Okay, so Peter, standing silent, says no. Schwarzenegger mostly had better movies. Okay,
I don't know what it is. I think we just start. I don't know. We just start comparing them, and I just found Stallone to be better.
I just see Sophie's comment replying to Peter, and she says he's too short to be a pirate. Fuck's sake. AK Movie says I also loved Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yes, I love Tango and Cash. Cliffhanger. I had this film on VHS. I just loved Cliffhanger.
Yeah,
very much back in the day. I've not seen that in years, you know.
Oh, what
I've seen it in years.
What a film!
I need to rewatch that.
And John Lithgow played such a great villain. A great villain in that movie. Yes.
Is there a 4K of that Cliffhanger?
Yeah.
There is.
And it looks beautiful.
Awesome. People talking to each other. AK Movie says Stallone was also my favourite star, and Jean-Claude Van Damme when he does the fighting scenes, especially those kicks. I just love as an actor back in my time.
Yeah. Universal.
Do you know what? Van Damme was an actor that I've seen very little of.
Oh, really? Right.
You know, I've seen the bigger films like Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Street Fighter. A film that I always think it's like underrated, but no one talks about it. Is Nowhere to Run.
Oh yeah.
It's a good Van Damme one.
Yeah.
But
have you actually sat down and watched Sudden Death?
Oh yeah, fuck me, I can't forget about that. The fucking Die Hard at an ice hockey rink.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one. Yeah,
good movie.
But I feel like I'm missing like a load of his films out, or am I? Like, I don't know. Did he do a lot of
I thought Cyborg was decent. I quite enjoyed that. Universal Soldier's phenomenal.
Not seen it.
It's probably one of my favorite movies by him.
Is that with? That's with Dolph Lundgren, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ronona stuff. Dash, what's it called? The one that he done with John Woo. Hard Target. Incredible.
We're towards the end, so I'm gonna do these comments and wrap it up tonight. I think it's getting late. Standing Science says, "How about Michael
Dudikoff?
Yeah, I love how he got cast in American Ninja because they thought he looked like James Dean."
Wow, I always remember the weird thing about everyone was on Michael Dudikoff. You know, he's remembered for his martial art movies, but I actually always remember him for Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks back in it must have been 1980, 84, 85. I thought he was brilliant in that movie.
Is it terrible that I don't know who that is? Is that terrible?
Oh, again, I won't say he was a massive 80s star. I knew his name, but you know, he did star in a lot of kind of straight to TV movies and that, you know, and things like that. But yeah, he was a popular name.
Right. AK Movie says, I even have no space at all, but I'm still buying my movies. So yeah, I just love films. That's my guy. See, with me, with buying films and not having space, I can't, like there, you know, you got them all piled up. It's driving me mad. I couldn't have that. So if I'm running out of space, I have to sell shit to buy more stuff to fill the spare. I couldn't have my movies piled up. I couldn't do it.
I told John,
drive me mad.
I told John, right? This is no bullshit. I'm kidding you not. And I said it to Ellen as well. Ellen was there and she fucking seen it. I done a video 2 days ago for Village of the Damned. And the video was just 4 minutes long. And I did say this to John as well. It took me 3 hours to shoot that video.
Wow.
I was in this room and I was so fucking pissed off looking at my collection the way it is. I that kills me. seeing that.
Yeah.
And I shot the video 5 times. And for the first 4 times, I had to, because you always look back at what you shot.
Of course, yeah.
And the whole thing I wasn't looking at the camera. I was just doing this. I was talking about the movie, but I was just looking at this wall of shit behind me, and it's killing me. It's fucking killing me. So I can't wait to get this sorted and have this. There's like I have. Like, I'm just looking. I have my limited edition, like some of my Arrow, my window box Arrow editions that are very rare, and they are sitting on top of each other. It fucking kills me. I don't like that at all. And they're all leaning against my fucking bust shelf. It's I just can't wait for it to be done.
Yeah, but yeah, like I'm not saying people will collect, like, regardless of space, that's fine. But personally, in a personal sense, if I run out of space on my shelves and I want to buy more stuff, I couldn't have them piled up like some people do. I need to reevaluate my collection, sell some stuff to make spaces. That's probably why my collection isn't a big collection compared to a lot of other people's, because I recycle a lot of stuff. I sell.
I get that. Yeah. Ellen used to call this room the Twilight Zone because she never understood how I just kept finding room in this room, and it's true. Even to this day, I've been running out of room for 2 years, and I still have room. It's strange.
So is it like a TARDIS in there? Like you're just finding loads of room, and that is a Doctor Who reference that I get, but I've never seen Doctor Who. Boom.
Yeah.
Right, where were we? Oh my god, I keep getting more comments. I need to wrap this up. Okay, so Science says, "Lol, no, I just like to mess with Leon a bit. I get abstinence. I get abstinence. I can't say that word. For fuck's sake. I get abstinence if I don't get to do that for a whole week. Okay, fair. This comment killed me. I saw this comment before clicking on it. It kills me. Yeah, it's great. Standing in silence says, "Lol, people talking to each other. I think someone is trying to escape having to dress up like a pirate." Brilliant. That's probably a comment of the stream. Well done, Peter. Well done, Peter. You get a blue Peter badge. Oh wait, you're already Peter. Sorry.
Of course, I'm doing everything that Sophie has done tonight.
Standing Silence says, "I watched Blood Book a week ago. Ridiculous fun movie."
Oh, yeah. That's actually, it's a true story as well, isn't it? As far as I remember, it's the Frank Dukes. That is a true story. As ridiculous as the film is, it is a true story.
Did you know that the original Mortal Kombat video game was meant to have been a Bloodsport tie-in video game with Van Damme? Oh, really?
Right. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they basically, I forget who the people owned the film didn't like what they showed them.
Oh, right, okay.
So they had to basically decide to make it into their own game. That's why Johnny Cage sort of kind of looks like Bloodsport.
Yeah, I see. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Right. Okay.
I need to get through his comments. AK Movie says, "True Lies was a fantastic film by James Cameron. Another great movie of the 90s. It was just like a James Bond film with Schwarzenegger. I loved it. I thought it was great.
It's one of them movies that I look at with James Cameron and makes me think that he is such a waste of talent. Because he directed such a great True Lies movie, and it's nice to see him do. I won't say simple movies like that, but you know what I mean. It's not everything has to be fucking riddled in CGI and fucking. A simple, just like you said, it kind of James Bond movie with Schwarzenegger. I love that movie. I think it's a great movie.
Silent Silence says, Jason, you should at least watch American Ninja 2. Okay, I'll put it on the imaginary list. I mean, I keep saying I've got this list. I don't really, but I've got to put these movies somewhere, right?
Exactly. Absolutely.
Midhajul says, Keith and Jason, I'm going to be calling it a night too. I've loved every second being on this live stream.
Wow.
I look forward to more. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for jumping on. Great. Thanks for coming on.
Have a good weekend, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
AK Movie says, great stream you doing, Jason, mate. Keep it up. Keep it up like this. Thanks so much, AK. Appreciate it. Stanley Science says, Keith, you wouldn't happen to have an Arrow window box copy of Obsession that you're willing to sell?
No, absolutely not. I do have it, and there's no way I'm selling it.
Is that super out of print? Is it super rare now?
You actually get a script with it and everything you do. Wait up.
Oh wow.
That's it there.
Oh,
and then you get, I think there's like a script you get with it as well. So that's my window box editions. I will never sell them. Ever. Sorry.
Some of those window editions are more expensive than others because I've picked up some of them quite cheap. The window box ones.
Oh, you can get some cheap ones, but there is some ones that are incredibly rare.
Dawn of the Dead.
I don't know how rare that is now because of the second sight edition that came out of it.
I've got both. I've got the second sight 4K.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the window. I can't seem to part with my Arrow one.
I wouldn't.
Because it sits nicely with my Day of the Dead one. So I'm like,
no, there's no way I would. Not a chance.
I tell you, before we go, it baffles me how Arrow at the time couldn't have given us a trilogy.
I know.
Because at the time, Night was in the public domain.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't understand it myself.
They couldn't give us all.
Well, it must have been something to do with claiming the rights to it. Like it must have cost too much or so. I don't know.
Yeah. But public domain, that means anyone can.
Oh, yeah, so of course. Sorry. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, sorry.
So it baffles me a little bit.
Yeah.
They could have done 3 really nice window editions of each.
It would have been lovely, actually. Yeah.
It would have been really good, yeah. I've not got around to watching my second sight, Dawn of the Dead, yet.
I only just watched it for the first time there around, it was in October. Believe it or not.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I've got the standard kind of like smaller edition.
Yeah.
Does that still come with all the cuts?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. No, you're sorted. You're well sorted.
I'm really interested in the Dario Argento cut.
Yeah,
just out of curiosity.
It's actually I've only seen the theatrical so far. I'll get around to watching them someday.
Standing Silence says, yes, it says at the end it's supposed to be based on a guy who fought in the Kumite. Kumite. But I seriously doubt the real events were as ridiculous as Bloodsport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He also says, I realised Jason doesn't have an actual list months ago. Well, aren't you clever, Peter? Well done. Wow. Yeah. Yes, well. And Tom 180 says, great stream, guys. Thanks so much for dropping by, Tom.
Cheers, man.
That is the end of the comments. I'm not looking at any more comments now. So if you drop a comment, tough shit. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this stream tonight. It's been great fun. Always great to have Keith on, man. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me, Jason. Great.
It's always good.
Absolutely right.
We've ended at a reasonable time this time around.
Oh, absolutely. No, this as well.
So yeah. Thanks for everyone for coming by tonight on the stream. Like I said, the stream is changing. It might not be every Friday. It might be different days every week now, but I'll still be doing them. I'm sure we'll see Keith on again, most likely.
Sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
If you haven't, please drop a like on this video. It really does help the channel out. And as always, have a good weekend and stay safe, everyone. Keith, I hope you have a good weekend.
Absolutely, Jason. You too.
Don't break your back moving all that stuff around, please.
Oh, God, don't even fucking remind me.
Keep safe, my dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so everyone have a good weekend and we will see you next time. See you later.